otherwise. Let's see. Oh, Twitter won't let you stream on there now without a premium account. Thanks, Elon.
Oh, really?
It used to not be like that.
Somebody already said Chris in the Civil War and Terry in World War II.
I put in the chat like we're literally putting our uniforms on. So, okay, hold on. Let me get rid of Twitter.
I was gonna grab my British World War I uniform, but I don't have any like pins on it or anything. So,
all right, there we are. Okay, everybody, welcome tonight to our Risk battle. I hope this can become a thing going forward. You know, if we can get more YouTubers coming on, and I don't know. So we're gonna break the ice though tonight. Now, I do have to apologize to a bunch of you out here because I know that there were some other people that were coming and a bunch of crap unfortunately hit the fan for a bunch of people literally at the same time. And we do apologize. Fat Electrician, for example, his back out was kind of interesting. I did not know that he was literally a jiu-jitsu instructor and he must run a gym or something. And he contacted me like an hour ago and was like, hey, the other instructor was supposed to do class tonight. He got sick. I have to go fill in. So he went. So yeah, he was one. We're definitely going to get Drew Durnall in the future. He had something come up just at the last minute there. And same with Mr. B. But we do have our guest, and we are dual streaming tonight. So we are over on both of our channels. So if you're cool, you'll get on both, right? Is that, should we go ahead and say that?
Yeah,
I think so.
It'll just be hard for us to keep up with any kind of chat on both. So.
It was, if you want to support us either way. We also both agreed if you guys, while we're playing here, if you want to ask questions or something, I think that's cool too. If you want to super chat stuff, I guess that's cool. If you want to spread the love on both sides, that's cool too. Either way, but we're welcome to talk to you guys with this, with us really only being the two of us. I think we're gonna have a couple bots in because I think one-on-one will probably be kind of lame, right?
But they're medium bots, so it'll just come down to me and you in the end.
You'd even do one-on-one? I don't even know.
I think you might be able to, but it's more fun to at least throw a couple of bots in there.
I feel like it would take forever too. We'd be here all night. So whatever it is. So all right. Anyway, all right. I think I'm gonna throw up my screen if you're ready to go.
Yep.
Here is the game here. Yep, hope you guys do like the costumes. He did say I have the advantage because mine's more modern. He's like Civil War here.
Yeah, I got 12-pound Napoleons and cavalry, and you've got atomic bombs. So, you know.
What else do I got? Anyway, who knows how long this take? I say we should probably just jump in. All right, it's on your end. Do I need to click anything?
I'll start it. So it's a couple of things about the rules. I set it to manual placement so we can pick where our starting territories are. It'll take turns.
Okay. Always fun to do.
And then also with you need to hit ready or else it's gonna cancel the game.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, you got in just in time.
Wow. Okay.
But I set it to a 5-minute timer, so you have plenty of time for turns. And then it looks like I'm going second. So we'll pick all the territories, then you can place your additional armies. Everybody starts with 30 armies. So
how dare none of you pick America? Come on. Okay, we'll get the draft going, then we'll
and then once all the territories are picked, then we place our additional armies. And I also, for cards,
what are we doing?
To set amount, because the other way is that you do like progressive, where every time somebody turns in cards, it's worth more. And I hate that.
Which color are you, by the way?
I'm black.
Okay. I don't think I can let you just get South America there. This is probably a waste of time, but here we go.
Well, it keeps me from getting those bonus armies on my first turn.
Yeah. I also think, let's see, we'll go here. Click. Oh, they blocked you from Australia, huh?
That was actually he picked that one before I started
Oh, okay.
taking any of those. I only went there after I finished with South America. Yeah, so as we were talking before we started, had some pretty nasty storms come through here in Ohio. We had a tornado. There's pictures on social media of the tornado that touched down up near Cleveland. I don't think it did much damage.
You didn't blow away. I'm so glad. Well, is that where you were? It was a soccer game last night, right?
Yeah,
that would have been.
He was supposed to play at 5. It was up in Cleveland at Berea, which is where the Browns practice facility is. And then like at the last minute, a couple hours before the game, they changed it. They changed his game to like 7:45. So instead of going up there watching the game and getting back in time for our stream, the game wasn't even going to start till then. All right, now you have to start placing your
pricing the rest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. Promise we'll talk to you guys in a second. Let's just get this crap out of the way now. Somebody said I'm going Monroe Doctrine. That makes sense.
I almost let you take all of North America without a fight.
Well, I guess if I block you there in South America, then yeah.
Yeah, North America is worth a whole lot more.
Yep. How much do I want to invest in South America? So think about me for risk. I actually have not played a ton, but I organize it a lot. And a funny thing I started doing, well, when I started teaching AP World History, the test, like the national test, is at least about 2 weeks before the end of the school year. And I could be a jerk and like after they take the final test, be like, hey, let's do some more work and some more assignments or something. And then I was like, no, you know what would be great? Because it's like 4 or 5 periods worth. Let's just do risk tournament. So a few years ago, we just started doing that. And some kids don't give a crap. Some of them, it's pretty amazing. They're just right into it. So
when
I've been doing that for years now.
14 years. And I every year we did a weekend retreat. We'd do a junior high retreat and then a senior high retreat. And the highlight of the retreat was the big risk tournament that we would do with the board game version back then. And 8 years in a row, either my wife or I won. None of the teenagers ever beat us. Oh, it looks like we're still going here. Okay.
Are we done? Okay. Their computer kind of weighed on us here.
But I have I think I have 7 versions of the board game here at home.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what one? I know of. Okay, so I know of the regular one. I know there's a Napoleon one. I think I did see there's like Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. There's a Captain America. There's Star Wars. There's like a 2022 or like 2200 one or something.
Oh wait, I still have to go.
Yeah, we've still got 5 more to place.
Oh, okay. I fully expect to lose. I know people are talking about in chat. I was thinking of putting up a poll of like who's going to win, but I don't know if I even want to do it.
Well, this goes pretty fast, so we can probably do more than one. So maybe we'll both win.
Okay. Better protect Greenland,
especially with 2 computer players. That'll go pretty fast. Poor Professor What? He's a mod on both channels, so he's trying to moderate both chats.
Yes, he's great.
He lives. I think he lives real close to me.
About a month ago, yeah. I picked him up. It's a mod. He's been fantastic. So shout out to the mods. I got one left.
Okay, here we go.
I always forget about Kamchatka in that back door.
Oh yeah. So somebody asked who's who. So Mr. Terry is blue. I'm black, and then the computers are green and purple.
Green attacking.
Oh yeah.
Who are they attacking?
He went after. I think he just went after. Purple just went after green. Okay.
All right, you're up.
All right, here we go. Deal with this Argentinian mess. Oh, you took out 4 of my guys, though.
Hey, we go down.
Taking
Yeah,
Bobby.
the Monroe Warriors. I guess that's what we'll be called or something. We don't go down without a fight.
Yeah, that was pretty hardcore to start.
I don't know what the super chat means, but it says, "Babe, where's my Vaseline, Mr. Terry VTH?"
You don't know what that means?
No. What does that mean?
It means he wants lubrication because he's excited.
Okay. New channel member, by the way. Thank you. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm glad at least we took some of you down.
All right, you're up.
I'm up.
Yeah,
okay.
See, the turns are going pretty fast.
Yeah, okay. So we got
You get 4 because you're last, so they give you an extra guy.
We're gonna go. We're gonna shore up Mexico over here in Central America. We'll just put a couple. We'll put Greenland. Okay, we're good.
Where shall he attack?
Dan and Zach, thank you for
Zach. What's up?
Zach.
His first ever stream watching me. I forgot I played Risk. That was a long time ago.
Oh, I thought I thought I moved on. All right, I'm good.
Somebody just said, "Why Vaseline? That's not best. Trust me, I've tried." This conversation is going in a direction I was not expecting.
Green loves the outfits. I do too. I think it's appropriate. Do the other shirts for our next time we play. I got my Crusader shirt and then
nice. I'll bust out World War I for that one.
Napoleonic. What's my? I forget what my other one's supposed to be. If it's Napoleonic or Revolution, you would know looking at it. But
oh, okay. Let's see. Decisions.
Wait, was it your birthday?
Yesterday was my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you, Panther Consumer. Yeah, 47 yesterday.
Congrats. You made it.
I don't know. I think I'm at the age now where I don't really celebrate my birthday anymore. It's like, oh, again.
It's just a reminder of life's futility. I know.
Yep.
Thank you, Fanta.
But I guess the alternative is, I just rolled 666s. The alternative is not getting older, so I'll take it.
You say, are we doing manual rolls or is it just auto?
You can do, I just set it to, like, you can do however you want. So when you roll, you can choose whether you do blitz, which means it just rolls until it resolves, or you can do one roll at a time.
Okay.
And you can also choose how many dice you roll.
Okay. There's a new board game called Farms Race, and the best way I've heard it's described as Catan with nukes. What?
Oh, wait. I think I was watching a YouTube video of somebody playing that yesterday. It looked pretty cool.
Okay. Thank you, Kyle. Thanks, Blake.
Somebody just said happy 50th birthday. Grant, I'm not that old yet, dude. All right, you better make your move because there is a 5-minute timer on it.
It's not on me, is it? Wait, is it on me?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. My bad. I thought I saw you in there.
Oh, it is me. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
I didn't finish my turn. Okay.
I did say you did. They're wondering if we're going to talk about, the politics going on, the VP nominee, all that.
Not who I personally would have chosen, but I still think a pretty solid pick for her.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
What's going on?
I thought going into the day it was probably going to be Shapiro.
I think in the end she went with
be safer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think she went with the one that was more ideologically in line with her because Shapiro's a little more moderate.
Sure.
I believe it's the first time we've ever had 2 people on a ticket that are the same age.
What? Kamala and
they were both born in 1964, even though he looks about 15 years older than her.
I was going to say, what is
both born in 64?
He looks old or she looks young? She definitely looks younger. So
yeah.
All right, my turn. Let's see what's going on in Kamchatka. I got Sarah Palin over there watching. She can see it
Russia from
her
there.
house. She can see it. Let's see. Let's go over there. I don't like what you're doing in Colombia there. This is kind of scary.
Gran Colombia.
Yeah.
It's just detente right now. It's mutually
we
assured destruction.
We got Bolivar down there.
I don't plan to attack you there. I'm just making sure you don't attack me. My focus is on Africa right now.
Yeah.
I got to colonize.
I mean, I don't like your Quebec over there. I'm a little nervous.
Let's see. So I'm looking to see what the...
I do agree, though, I think with what you said, it was the more like the ideological, more like policy kind of pick than just, hey, we need Pennsylvania, you know.
And I mean, technically, I guess Minnesota was kind of in play this year, although I think less in play than Pennsylvania.
Yeah, for sure. So I agree.
All right.
You watched did you watch before this the rally or whatever?
I didn't. I saw that it was happening, but I'll probably go back and watch a video
Shapiro,
about it.
he was their speaker and he was hyped. I was like, all right, is he going to be like whining about it? But that dude was energetic and just like, I'm all in. I love Waltz. I love Kamala. Just
nice.
Was really tried to hype up his crowd because
I will say Waltz will do good for her. I think he'll play well in the Midwest because he's very kind of down to earth.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like a politician. He was a teacher, social studies teacher.
I was gonna say, besides any political whatever, I got to shout out that we got literally a history teacher.
And the last time we had a history teacher on the ticket was He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yeah, I was gonna say like is it, you know, the trigger words. Man, I had this whole, if we had the whole crew, I had like a write up about everybody, and like I had, you know, like trigger words I was going to sign to everybody, and yours was going to be, you know, that was going to be Woodrow. I was just going to say communism. If you know, Fat Electrician, his thing is just the anti-communist. I didn't quite know though what to say for Matt.
That's a good question.
What would be his kryptonite?
Tariffs.
Like tariffs? Okay, he's just anti-tariff.
He's a I just, in all the times when you hear him talk about like who he would have voted for in presidential elections and stuff, he hates tariffs. That's just one of the things. Oh yeah, the Electoral College would be another one for him.
Oh yeah, that was what I wrote.
Somebody just mentioned
what I wrote, and I just looked. Electoral College. All right, hold on. Let's get go there. Keep scaring me. I want to. Let's see. Let's move.
All right. Oh yeah, you're still fortifying. Okay.
One more. I was thinking I want to slide anybody around.
Quite the Cold War we have going on.
Yeah, this is boring.
Down in Panama. Oh, purple just turned in cards.
I never think about my cards. That's the problem.
You don't have any cards. You haven't taken any.
I know
cards.
that's what I mean. Even when I do, I'm like, I forget about them.
Purple's trying to take Europe.
Yeah, you got a birthday wish from Grant. Said happy 50th. Yeah. Oh yeah, you saw that. Happy 50th,
Grant.
Thank you, Grant.
Thank you and not thank you all at the same time.
Oh, thank you, Rashid. Hello, Christmas, Sarah. I've been watching both of you a few years now, and as a current history teaching major, you guys inspire me to pursue a career in history. We appreciate you.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Rashid. You picked a fun, a good line of work. Appreciate that. Let me know if you ever have questions. I get a lot of questions from prospective teachers that want to know, you know, what it's really like. So I'm always happy to help out any prospective teachers, and I'll give you the truth, the good and the bad. I will give it to you because there's both.
So how long have you been teaching now?
Oh man, is this year? Let's see, I started first year 2010. So, oh my gosh, am I going to be entering 15? Oh my gosh, that makes me feel old. Ugh. Oh, Andrew says it's
college class-
Eisenhower.
I was in
Eisenhower
college class of
Grant.
99, so I don't want to hear you. Feeling
I
old.
know. I graduated college 2009, and then, but yep. I go back a week from, well, next Monday is when I
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I got to report back. Just order my new AP books for the year. I get review books. So, all right. What do we got? My turn. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. I do not. Columbia is scaring me.
If you'd stop putting people, I'll stop putting people there.
Nuclear arms race. Well, green is just like,
Yeah, I think purple is the bigger threat right now among the computer players.
Yeah, I have nothing bordering purple. I don't know. Do you want to team up against? Should we team up against these guys? I don't know. I don't think they're gonna flank me over there. Nah, too weak to go to Iceland. Do I go to Kamchatka? No, but we're gonna sit at least one more here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching purple, thinking about how they might try to load up and come at Australia.
Hey, John Reedy, thank you. $10 at Mystery vs. VTH. Don't let Chris near Casino.
Casino, Italy.
Okay.
John was with me in Italy.
Okay.
We went out and we had a few drinks real late, and somebody was telling me about some drink that they served there that was like an insane amount of alcohol, but it didn't taste like it. And I had one, and it didn't taste like alcohol at all. And I may have been dressed like the Unabomber. I had a hood on and sunglasses on, like aviators, and I climbed on to a tank, and like they took a picture of me on top of this tank at midnight in Casino, Italy. All right, let's see.
I need to get on one of your wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna
journeys there.
I might talk to you. I'll have to text you because I'm gonna plan one for next summer. I just don't know where yet. I am doing another Italy tour next April.
All right, here's one I do want to go with you. And are you sick of going to World War I stuff in France and all that?
I wouldn't say I'm sick of it, but I have been to most of the places.
And I know there's plenty of tour guides and all that stuff. Like I need to. I've not been to the war sites of Europe. I've mostly gone to the touristy stuff. I've only been to Europe once, but like Battle of the Somme tour and Verdun. Like I need that. I want one of those.
Tired of going to those places.
Okay. So you don't get to. So if you ever go again, you're getting a group.
I'm working on hosting a group tour that would go, probably be like a 5-day tour, and we would do the Somme. The one I'm looking at would be the Somme and Vimy Ridge and Ypres.
Okay.
So it'd be mostly British and Canadian sites, but then we could always do like a day on our own somewhere and go over to like use Argonne, do some American stuff.
If you could figure out a way to do it when I'm not teaching.
Yeah.
That's the biggest. Summer is always the best for me.
Yeah, I'm going to try to squeeze in some stuff next summer because it's the last summer before 2026 when my son will be a senior and we're hosting the World Cup and all kinds of stuff going on in 26.
Ooh, Kamchatka. Look at this.
Kamchatka.
Well, I don't know why they leave that. I think I lured them to sleep there. I might go take it. Okay, let me get like one more. What do you like for advantage, like before you attack? Do you have like your own rule, kind of like you like to be up?
My main thing is that the thing I avoid is spreading myself out too thin. I don't like to attack multiple times with the same army. Like I'll move one territory or two at most, but I try to go slow so I can keep my strength.
Okay.
But so the main thing is I'm not looking necessarily. Yeah, I do look for advantages like what you have there. 9-1 is great because that's when you're going to be able to take. The main thing is how weak am I going to leave myself when the attack's over?
Okay, I think I just lost one. Look out, Putin! I'm coming.
You're marching into Siberia.
Yeah, that usually goes well for people.
Nobody. Everybody always attacks Russia from the west. Nobody's ever thought to do it from the east.
Exactly. Well, I get Japanese. I think.
Yeah, maybe Japan.
Yeah.
But Japan will just destroy Russia's navy first.
Exactly. Russo-Japanese war is great. All right, let's see if we got some other questions. Favorite historical figure from Colin, any era or time frame. I like talking more about the people I feel like are overrated. And I don't think you're gonna like this one, what I'm gonna say though. Napoleon.
You think he's overrated?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can't be friends anymore.
I'm just like, okay, cool empire, bro. It lasted a few years. Like,
oh yeah, you got to end your turn.
Oh, no, but yeah, figures.
Julius Caesar is one that I find fascinating, but Napoleon's probably my favorite.
So not just. It's like you're over.
It'll change. If you ask me again in 2 years, it'll be somebody different. Ulysses S. Grant would be up there too.
You know what? The more I learn about Grant, the more I am impressed.
I think everybody,
not just from the general perspective, but even like presidential as well. Like for a guy with his background, how he operated in policy wise for that time, I've always kind of thought was pretty impressive. So, but I like a lot of world history stuff. I love I always, military history is great and all, but I also love leaders that are just kind of like very different, like an Akbar the Great of Mughal Empire that came in and invaded India and then gave religious tolerance to a group of, a majority of Hindus, or a Cyrus the Great from Persia.
Oh yeah,
I think
that hurt. I just attacked and lost 5.
That idea. Oh yeah, what happened here?
I was attacking with 10 against 3, and I lost 5.
Yeah, you're killing this, by the way. You're doing fantastic.
Somebody just said in the chat they think Caesar is overrated. You guys are killing me today.
Caesar. Man, you snuck into my southeast, or under my nose. Must have just plopped a bunch right in the middle there. Caesar is not overrated.
Lee is overrated. Yes, I'll agree with that.
Who?
Robert E. Lee.
Robert E. Lee? Like from a tactile position, you think?
I mean, yeah, he certainly wasn't a great. I mean, he was a good tactician. He was not a good strategist.
Okay, because
that's funny because then his step grandfather-in-law was, his grandfather-in-law. No, it was step grandfather-in-law. Was the opposite. George Washington was a pretty good strategist, but a terrible tactician.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
Caligula is overrated. I didn't think anybody rated him too high.
He's too weird.
Caligula and Henry VIII remind me a lot of each other because they both had like a decent start to their reign, and then something went wrong mentally,
sure,
like an illness or something, and they both broke crazy.
All right, I'm gonna attack Irkutsk. I love saying the Russian names.
Yeah, they do have some good names over there. Kamchatka
and Irkutsk. All right, we're good there.
I'd love to go to Russia when things calm down over there.
I know, like
Borodino is
even if I just have to go to the Red Square, like
the Borodino battlefield where Napoleon fought the big battle with the Russians is largely intact. It's one of the few battlefields from the Napoleonic era that is.
Okay, I'm going to. This is happening.
Oh, here he comes. He's going to try to solidify Canada under blue rule.
I need it. No. do that one. Okay. Hitler was overrated as a military strategist. Oh, yeah.
Somebody said they want to go to Yekaterinburg. That's where Nicholas II and his family were killed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But St.
They
Petersburg
preserved that like room.
Yeah.
That they got lit up in. Like,
yep. I think the bullet damage and everything.
The bullet holes and stuff are still there. Okay.
Someone asked if I've ever played Elden Ring. I heard all these horror stories about how hard it was, so I haven't tried
Elden Ring. Elden Ring is one of those games. I like watching somebody that's good at it just to watch the skill, but like I don't have the brain for those like Souls games, like where you're just gonna fight and just die 100 times before you win. I give up. I'm like, nah.
My daughter's really into Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
Baldur's Gate 3.
That looks cool.
I have it, but I haven't really played it much yet. Let's see.
They said, "Oh, you're a better Ohio rep than JD." That's what.
That's fair. JD's also the first person on a presidential ticket who's younger than me.
Oh, how's that make you feel?
Old.
what is the JD vibe like in Ohio?
I don't know. I really don't know what it is. Honestly, not sure. I think as near as I can tell, he's basically Trump without the crazy. Not as crazy, anyway.
I mean, that's not saying a lot.
That's true.
People that believe in the policies, but yeah.
Yeah, JD Vance just turned 40 this week, I think.
See, that's
his birthday's a couple days before mine.
Closer to me, so. Thank you, Fanta.
Well, the Southern Hemisphere is looking decidedly.
Yeah, the global South is just not the global South anymore. All right, I'm up.
That's a great question. I mean,
yeah, what do you think of this?
I think most of the ones that we look back on and think had a big impact were because they became president. Andrew Johnson, Theodore Roosevelt. Sure. I mean, VP picks have certainly been incredibly important when it comes to who they succeeded.
Yeah. But yeah, do you think historically vice president pick has much of an impact on an election? Also, shout out to both of you for great work. Do you think VP picks, like, there's more that have helped that president versus more that have hurt them? Does that make sense?
I feel like every time there's a VP pick, everybody talks about what they bring to the ticket and why they're important. But then if you look back 10 years later, it doesn't seem like it really mattered that much.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a very in the moment thing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like no one goes back and is like, well, that was good or bad.
Yeah, they won because they picked,
especially the good on the good side. You might say, oh, that was bad. If it was like, I don't know, like the one I always hear about is Sarah Palin. Like, did she actually derail John McCain?
I don't think John McCain was going to win that election anyway.
That's kind of my thoughts too. But some people are like, that ruined it.
Because one of the other people, I think it hadn't been Sarah Palin. I think Tim Pawlenty was pretty high on the list. He was the governor of Minnesota, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the people that they were talking a lot about. I don't think it would have mattered. All right, let's see. What
you like D&D? We got that question. You like D&D? I've never done a D&D.
I played before. A few times in college, not much, and I was never really into it. That's basically what Baldur's Gate is, though. It's just not the in-person version.
So is there like history version of it? Like
that would be interesting.
You know what I mean? Like put some kind of. I kind of do one in my class. It's a role-playing game through the Crusades, which is kind of fun. Like
nice.
You actually randomize your character between being like a knight or a peasant or a priest, and you go through the real events of the First Crusade, but your background really determines a lot about your luck. So obviously, like the nobles do a lot better because they have armor and they have like a pack animal and all this stuff. So
nice, yeah.
It's actually one of the fun things that we do.
That's like the fun, yeah. Thing I could see that being enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. It's fun. They create the character, but they get a random one. You can roll essentially like a prostitute.
Oh, interesting.
Which is like a real thing from the Crusades. A lot of women followed the Crusades for that reason. So like it says in the game, it's like it tries not to say that's what it is, but it's like you're a low class woman, and then I think there's some fine print that
So it says you're a prostitute without saying you're a prostitute.
Yeah. But then you can be like a knight, yeah, and you get better luck because you have more weapons, you have more this and that, and you go through and you read through primary sources of like Battle of Nicaea and Battle of Jerusalem. It's actually really cool. That's the closest thing to D&D I've done.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked if I've been in Bordeaux. I have not been in that part of France. No, I've mostly been Normandy, Paris, Bayeux, Verdun, Reims.
Most of mine's the south.
Yeah, mostly the northern part of France.
So that's where I need it. Okay, I got 3.
Peasant equals dysentery.
I lost Greenland.
You did lose Greenland.
Well, we're gonna never forget. We're going back.
Remember when Trump talked about wanting to buy Greenland?
Yeah. Denmark is like, what? Like,
yeah, that's ours.
That's not a thing that we do. Like, it's not a thing that happens. Just buy land. All right, I'm gonna have to gear up for that recovery. Well, global warming keeps happening or something. Greenland, it's like it could be an investment.
There you go. Some land
we're gonna need to colonize it. Oh, Brad wants happy birthday to his mom. Mom turned 70 today.
Happy birthday, Brad's mom.
Brad Bingham, Mrs. Bingham, happy birthday.
Awesome.
Some history nerds here.
Yeah, my mom's birthday was 2 days ago. She went into labor with me on her birthday.
My mom's about a week, so that'll be fun.
And then my grandfather who raised me, his is the 15th. So we and then my son's is the 29th. So we have a lot of August birthdays. Awesome. Oh, Purple took Europe.
I couldn't do anything about it. I think green just fell.
I'll take care of that.
Yeah, get that. Look at it. Oh my gosh, look at
into Spain we go.
You got the Carthage.
The Moorish invasion. I lost 8 attacking there. Holy cow.
Oh my gosh.
That was brutal.
Jennifer, just thank you for $5. I just finished a book about Washington. What are your thoughts on the conspiracy to kill Washington? I don't know about do you know?
I mean, there have been
conspiracies to kill everyone.
Washington.
Is there a specific one that's like?
Yeah, I can't think of a specific instance
that was close.
There were a lot of conspiracies, not only to kill him, but to get him thrown out as commander in chief. There was the Conway cabal, they called it, which was a couple of generals. Conway ended up. Somebody earlier was asking about our thoughts about Hamilton, and there's actually a reference to Conway and Hamilton because there's a duel that's fought by John Lawrence against Charles Lee, who's Washington's second in command, and Lawrence shoots Lee in the duel, which really happened. And there had been another duel where Conway had been shot in the mouth, and they make a reference to that. John should have shot him in the mouth. That would have shut him up.
Let me get. All right, we're gonna do.
So I had to pull some of my troops out of northern South America to.
I'm a little more focused. I'm a little more focused on Greenland here. I'm gonna get it back.
Take it back.
I'm gonna.
The Vikings have taken Greenland.
Yes, they have.
Somebody asked if I'm going to Grant's tomb. Yeah, early September, I'm going back to New York City to record some more episodes for the History Channel. And I'm definitely going to go to Grant's tomb while I'm there. I've been to New York a bunch of times, and I haven't gotten to Grant's tomb yet.
There we go. Let's take Iceland while we're at it.
Oh, he's getting greedy now.
I know. All right, we'll stick to that.
So green and purple have both survived quite a while here.
This is a question for you. CBB, thank you. Hey, Chris, glad to see your kicking butt. Do you remember when John Glenn as senator?
I do. John Glenn and Howard Metzenbaum were our 2 Democratic senators when I was a kid.
Oh,
And then I remember he went to I think he was still a sitting senator when he went into space on the space shuttle.
To say like he doesn't get enough credit because everyone just loves to go to the moon. You know what I mean? Like, how about just going into space? Like, isn't that?
Oh, he was a big
that was
time
dangerous.
American hero at the time.
That was so dangerous. And then, but then Niels takes all his thunder. It's like
both from Ohio.
What's going on with Ohio? Weird state.
Why? What? Yeah, people always joke. Oh, you got to end your turn. People always joke. What is it with Ohio that so many people want to leave? Because we've had 8 presidents. We had the Wright brothers, Neil Armstrong, John Glenn, all these famous like
LeBron James. My sister's in Ohio right now. My sister is there. They're going to a concert in Cincinnati. I forget who it is. There's I don't know if it's a country person or something, but my brother-in-law has family in Cincinnati, so they're there right now. And
we call it Cincinnati in northern Ohio.
Wait, why?
I mean, their airport's in Kentucky.
Because okay. I mean, yeah, they're on the border, but like
everything south of Columbus is culturally Appalachia, I guess it is.
Wait, so you a Browns or Bengals fan?
What's that?
Browns or Bengals?
I'm Browns. Browns are Northeast Ohio. Okay. Bengals are, yeah.
Even though Bengals are better always.
No. And the Bengals were founded, they're owned by the Brown family that the Browns are named after. All right. Let's see here.
What do you think of the Browns this year?
It's all going to depend on Deshaun Watson and whether he's any good.
That's true.
If Deshaun Watson's good and the team can stay healthy, we can make a run. Last year we just had
leverage their whole franchise on him.
Yeah, pretty much.
The money
but then we lost our star running back and we lost a bunch of other players to injuries and still
I feel like they had that window. It was really short.
Yeah.
Still actually back with Baker, but like it's like there was that little window and I don't know what happened, but got a great defense, weapons on offense, it seemed. Wait, does that mean you're Ohio State too?
Oh yeah, the whole state of Ohio is Ohio State.
It is. No one cares. Like
so the way it works is because we have all of our like MAC teams like Kent State and Youngstown State and Bowling Green. So everybody is both. Like I'm a Youngstown State fan, but I'm also an Ohio State fan.
Makes sense.
Somebody asked if I ever missed the Richfield Coliseum. So Richfield Coliseum is where the Cavs used to play basketball.
Okay.
And it was outside of Cleveland, closer to Akron. And they tore it down when they built the new state arena downtown. Yeah, whenever I drove past there yesterday. I always think about it because you could see it up on the hill when you were driving that way.
All right. We're just finishing off the Vikings here. We're going to Norway.
Nice.
I'm sick of them. Viking age has ended.
Ohio University Bobcats, Kevin says. I almost was a Bobcat. So I don't know if Ohio still does it, but when I was in high school, they had this statewide history contest they did. It was like it was almost like an ACT, but it was all history questions. And then the top 3 finishers in each county in the state got to go to Ohio University to take the final round. And it was all essay questions at Ohio University. And I was in the top 3 in my county. And the winner of the statewide competition at Ohio University got a full ride to study history at Ohio University.
Awesome.
I didn't win, but I got to go, and it was a lot of fun. Oh, it's my turn. All right. You know what?
I got to use my cards.
Purple's run in this game has ended.
Oh, that was a lot of troops. Rip. Purple. Get out of here. Toussaint Louverture, whoever that was.
And take his cards.
I don't know. Iceland. Hold. Hold.
You know what? While I'm at it, let's take out green.
Okay. All right. You're on the slope to winning this, so. This is a really good compliment for you that you are the best history YouTuber of Northeast Ohio.
I'll take it. I don't know if there are any other history YouTubers in Northeast Ohio, but I'll take it.
Thank you, Grant.
The only other history YouTuber I can think of, period, in Ohio is, I don't even think he lives in Ohio anymore, is Cody, Alternate History Hub.
Okay.
He's from Toledo, I think, so it's Northwest Ohio.
By the way, another person I'm trying to get on to play Risk with us. He couldn't, he was out of town the last time we had a date, but he might be interested.
Just don't let him go after Britain, because I don't want to hear him say Britain.
Britain.
I always joke about that when I do his videos.
Have you reacted to other alternate history channels?
There is one other one.
Have you done the What If guy?
Yeah, What If Alt History. I have done his.
So I've had that kind of recommended, but also people were like, he's a weirdo or something. I don't know. Like, he's different. I don't know. He's different. People were, I don't know, controversial about it. I don't understand. I don't know anything about the guy. So
yeah, I don't really either. And I think it's been a while since I've done one.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody's asking where's Mr. Beat. So yeah, why don't you explain?
So I'll be honest. We were kind of dragging Mr. Beat into this. He's literally never played, and he was going to be a great sport with this, but he's going to learn how to play first. I think he I don't think he wants to show bad. No, he totally said he would be here, but we're like, you know what? Learn, watch. I don't know if he's here. I told him he needs to watch at least, and like get a hold of it. But when we have more guests, he'll definitely be on. He'll definitely be on.
As long as we don't let him in like an arm wrestling contest, because he would destroy us both.
Gosh, he is jacked. I had no idea how big he was till I met him in person.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa, you have huge arms. Like, your biceps are enormous. I'm intimidated now. All right. Well, this is a slow burn. I'm gonna just like, okay, hold on. We're gonna have some fun with this. Hold on.
I think if we do one more, we'll throw in some more computer players. We'll play 6 players in the next one.
No way. I don't want the attack phase.
Somebody said get Emperor Tiger Star involved. You mentioned that earlier today.
You know what? When the guys pulled out, he just messaged me, I think. Okay, he was just a little late today. When the guys, so both Drew and electrician, it was only about an hour before it pulled out, so I was scrambling to get a few people, so I sent one out to him, but he just got it. So it looks like he would like to in a future stream though. So there's a bunch of people that just didn't work out tonight that have all said they're interested in. Okay, I got a 4 to 5. But
so somebody asked, have you met Mr. Beat's kids? I haven't, but I've met his wife. Yeah. His wife Shannon's very nice as well.
Shannon's great.
Quit her job to work for him full time.
Yep,
she works for the channel now.
She does a great job. She's like organizes everything. I mean, she makes it a real job. Like,
yeah, for sure.
She treats it like a real job, very, very professional that way. So I think that's okay. Hold on a sec. No, I want to do that.
And I'm hoping to, because I want to get out to Kansas City to do something at the World War I Museum there. And he and I talked about maybe doing some John Brown stuff together while I'm out there with him. So
yeah. So at VidCon a couple years ago, I went, and he brought his whole family. And I think her family, Shannon's family, like her parents came out and they did like a Disney World after VidCon thing.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, they brought the kids, and I'll tell you what, those were 2 of the most well-behaved children I have ever seen.
I'm not surprised.
They are so well-behaved. They would even go to some of the conferences, and it's super cute because they're like, trying to make their own channels, and they're like, they were listening to the presenters that were talking about how to build your channel. And
it's ironic that Greenland is
really
the last one standing for you.
Yep. Put us out of our misery. But yeah, anyway, they're super well-behaved kids, and they're Mr. Beat and Shannon are, dude, I think they're good parents. So.
Yeah. I haven't met their kids, but I'm not surprised by that just from knowing them.
They're nice kids, so I'm sure your kids are too.
Most of the time, if they're watching.
One's big into soccer, though, right?
Well, yeah, he's got another. I got to go up to Lakewood tomorrow night. Lakewood St. Edwards, which is a big Catholic school in Cleveland. He's playing them tomorrow night.
What grade is he going into?
Huh?
What grade is he going into?
He's a junior this fall.
He's junior. Okay, so he
my
plays,
oldest
high level ball.
is 19. Caleb's a junior, and Eli's starting middle school. He's in 6th grade.
Okay. All right, should we do another?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see here. I'll create the game.
Okay, let me.
What did I do? Oh yeah, world domination.
I'm gonna go to this real quick. So.
Oh yeah, so they don't see the code.
Somebody will come in here and. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see. Okay.
If I told you I coach high school soccer?
I think you didn't. You have mentioned that to me.
Yeah, I've been coaching high school for about as long as I've been teaching too. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm a big soccer.
Yeah, I've never coached
soccer and basketball. Soccer and basketball. And fun.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go back for a second because I'm going to make our AI difficulty hard this time.
Okay.
Okay,
while you're doing that, let me see some super chats. Thank you all for again hanging out tonight. Hey, if this is something you all want to see, let us know. Like our streams, we're both on. Yeah, like the streams.
All right, let's see. I'll send you the code in the private chat.
AJ Canada Pictures, thank you so much. $10. Have either of you thought about playing the Iron Curtain mod for Hearts of Iron? So I don't really play Hearts of Iron though.
Oh, so you got to do that because that would be a lot of fun for us to play that together.
Currently trying to conquer the Middle East as the Shah.
Huh.
He who shall not be named Woodrow Wilson or Chris Benoit. Okay, so here's my thing, because I get asked constantly about Hearts of Iron, Paradox games. They intimidate the crap out of me. Like,
understandable.
Somebody even bought it for me. Like somebody was like, "Oh, you got to do this," and I was like, it was so overwhelming. Like, can I just go back to Civilization Revolution? Like, one of those games where again, I know I should learn it and do all that, but it's also one of those things I like seeing people that are good at it play it and like explain it as they go. I think that is actually really cool, and there's a lot of good people that stream it and stuff for like friends of the channel that way.
It'd be fun for us when Civ 7 comes out. We could do some streaming on that.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Civil War coat off because it's really warm.
All right, let me pull up this next game.
I'll leave the hat on though. I'm still wearing blue.
Maps. Oh no, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, Hearts of Iron 4 is probably the game I play the most on my own, other than Football Manager.
You told you the previous stream I used to play Football Manager during boring lectures in college.
Yep. My favorite thing, and I think the reason why soccer isn't more popular in the United States than it is in other parts of the world is because you can literally take some tiny local team and take them all the way to the top. Look at what Ryan Reynolds is doing right now with Wrexham. Yeah. Took them from the 5th tier, and now they're in the 3rd tier and moving on up.
I didn't follow them in the last. Yeah, it's like they got promoted again.
They've been promoted back-to-back years.
I mean, that's so hard to do. Like, no matter who you are,
nobody's ever done it 3 times in a row. So if they were to pull it off this year, it would be the first time in history.
I mean, just an injection of money obviously does that because that's what they're doing, right?
Yeah, but there are rules. They can't just throw money at it because you have financial fair play rules. So you can't just spend as much as you want. It has to be matched by what you're bringing in.
So that means they're hiring the right on the ground people that make.
And they are bringing in more money than a typical team at that level because of all the exposure. So that helps.
Sure. All right, they come back in.
All right, we're all set. So make sure you hit ready when it starts.
Oh, we got more bots this time.
Everything else is the same, but now there's 6 of us instead of 4. Instead of 4.
Sounds good. What do you guys think about Hamilton the play?
Hit ready. You got 4 seconds.
Cool. I don't really care about the music so much. Like, you know what I mean? But like,
you're gonna have to start over again. You didn't hit ready.
Cool. Okay, I got it.
All right, hold on. I got to create the game again.
Oh, what happened? Was I too late?
Ready.
Oh my! Can't take me anywhere. I'm so bad. I thought I clicked it.
All right, I'll send you the thing here.
This is what it's like being a
Actually, you
teacher,
can
by the
see it,
way.
so-
And like,
Oh yeah.
you give instructions, but then they don't do it. Like, this is exactly what it's like. Whoop, yeah, get that back. Okay, let me do this again.
When are you coming to Harper's Ferry? Someone said. I do need to get there. I want to get down to. Oh, there's Emperor Tiger Stars in the chat.
Hey. Yeah, he said he just got here. I mean, I guess he could.
Does he want to join?
Like, we could back out.
Yeah.
You want to play? Do you have the Steam version? Let us know. Let us know quick. We're on the Steam version. It's free. I saw.
He said he would join. Professor What said so.
No, he'll swear on our channel and like get us banned.
All right, we'll give him a minute. I created another
we'll
human spot.
Well, let's go. We got some more questions for us. But yeah, that was my thoughts kind of on Hamilton. Let's see. Nicholas, he's one of my long timers out of Chile. Give Scythe a try. As a board game with a Steam port to PC, has an alternate history post World War One.
Diesel punk-esque.
Oh, diesel punk-esque setting.
Interesting. Sounds
alternate cool. World War One. So like, what, the Germans win? Like, that'd be interesting. By the way, do you like Man in the High Tower? Did you watch that?
I did, yeah.
Do you think it's, I don't want to say logical, like ending, but like the way the US was run with that, like split up between Japan and Germany? What do you think about that show?
Yeah, I mean, if the Axis powers were to win in that scenario, I feel like they would have to do that. I don't know that either one could take it fully. And I think it's plausible that then they would eventually kind of turn on each other.
Yeah.
As time went on.
They're just like,
it's their nature.
The ideology is just like incompatible. It's just like, okay.
They were a marriage of convenience. They were never ideological.
Exactly. You can't both
partners.
be that way in the end, but whoever gets the nuke first. So we watch for Tiger Star if he says something.
He said he needs the StreamYard link.
Okay. But he's got the game. Okay, let me get that.
Favorite monument at Gettysburg, somebody asked. And actually, yeah, JD just chimed in. I agree. I was about to say Man in the High Castle started off strong and kind of drifted. I think a lot of TV shows do that, and I agree with that. It was better early on than it was later. But favorite monument at Gettysburg? It's got to be the Pennsylvania Monument for me, and for very selfish reasons, because I've got ancestors' names on that monument.
Tiger Star just DM'd you on Twitter. I don't call it X yet, so I don't.
Yeah, I still call it Twitter too.
It's not my brain. Yeah. Okay, that's another thing I want. I want a Gettysburg tour from you.
Oh yeah.
I want the Gettysburg tour.
My cousin wants me to take her there too. I've been putting her off until they reopened Little Round Top, which is now open. So,
oh, cool.
Father Corby's a good one, John. Yeah, that's the monument to the chaplain of the Irish Brigade. Who there's a statue of him giving general absolution to the brigade before they went into fighting at the wheat field.
All right, everyone, we've got a new guest. Please follow, and well, first, please clap in the chat. But another great YouTuber, Emperor Tiger Star, is here. Look at his cute little helmet. His little
howdy.
What's up?
Yeah, at first I thought, oh no, I missed it. I better not join. But then I actually forgot how short Risk games are when you're not actually playing the real board game.
Right.
Yeah,
that's like a real board game. Every turn takes like 10 minutes, moving all the individual soldiers and stuff.
Well, yeah, welcome. I don't know why it says the mute. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, you're muted. You're good. All right, you have this. Do you have the Steam version?
Yes.
The join code is in the private chat.
Cool.
It does not show the previous history of the private chat for me.
Oh, here, I'll post it again.
Yeah, I just posted it again there. All right, we're going on. Let's see. We got some more super chats. I love to see Vimy as a Canadian.
Yeah, Vimy Ridge and I have
What's
a
that?
complicated history now.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
Vimy
Yeah.
Ridge was like the one big site on the Western Front I hadn't been to yet. I had been to all the other major sites, Meuse-Argonne, Verdun, Ypres, the Somme, Arras. Vimy Ridge I hadn't been to. So I went there and I started filming and got chased down by one. So if people don't know, in the summer, the Canadian sites like Newfoundland Memorial Park at the Somme and Vimy Ridge, they have students who come from Canada and work there for the summer. They volunteer and they're like free tour guides and they're great. But one of them chased me down because they saw a camera in my hand and said, "My supervisor says you're not allowed to film here."
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, "Well, why not? I've filmed everywhere on the Western Front. I've never had an issue." And she said, "Well, here's his number. Give him a call and talk to him and see what he says." And so I get 5 minutes away from the site of the trenches, and we get over to the big monument, the big iconic monument of Vimy Ridge. And the supervisor pulls up in his car and says, "You can't film here." And I'm like, what's the issue? I mean, it's just a little camera. No, you can't film here. And then proceeded to send volunteers to follow me around the entire time I was at Vimy Ridge to make sure I didn't film.
Is it a money thing? Is it like you want to buy a permit? Do they want to vet you? Like I've been to places like that where they like, what are you filming for? Are you with this?
I don't know. It just I went onto their website and I know we have that here in the States now, like Gettysburg's cracking down on that, and where you have to get a permit and it's $100 every time you apply for a permit and you have to say exactly when and where you're going to be filming. But I've never had that happen in Europe.
Jeez. All right. So for some reason,
they didn't give me a reason. They just said, if it's for a YouTube channel, you can't film here. And what frustrated me is the day before, JD from the History Underground was there the day before I was, even told the volunteers that he was filming for a YouTube channel. And they said, "Oh, it's fine."
Oh, it just depends on who's working that day. What were you saying, Tiger?
For some reason, it won't let me do any multiplayer games until I go through the tutorial.
Oh, yeah.
So you might as well start another game without me.
Okay. We can, and it takes like 5 minutes. Maybe it'd be nice for you to, if you haven't done it, to learn it. But
yeah, we can keep doing it. Yeah. If he wants to go ahead and do it, we can wait. Yeah. If you want to do some questions.
We got a ton of questions. We got a ton of questions for us. So let's see what else we got. Oh, I did want to ask you something. So of the World War I sites, if somebody only has time to go to one, what is the best you feel like preserved? Like if you can only go to one site.
Wow. There's so many.
I wouldn't know. Like and really my question was, what's the best preserved? I guess I should say.
Best preserved.
What would you say?
I would say Verdun overall, as far as an overall battlefield.
Yeah.
Because number one, it hasn't changed much. Most of the areas where the battle is, like you can find bunkers all over the place. The forts are still there. The trenches are still there in a lot of cases. There are places like that at the Somme and Ypres, which are the other two big areas. And some of the Meuse-Argonne sites are great. But overall, if you're looking for one spot where you can see a lot and it looks a lot like it did, I would say Verdun.
Okay. I mean, that's good, though, because that's like where you'd want to.
And Verdun's actually, if you're an American, the biggest battle in the history of the U.S. Army. It was not the Battle of the Bulge, as some people say sometimes. It was the Meuse-Argonne offensive in World War I. 1.2 million Americans were in that offensive.
So crazy, because you're talking what percentage of the Army, like, of the Americans that actually went? Like,
yeah, and half of all of our battle casualties for the entire war were in those couple of weeks of that offensive. But that's literally like Verdun is the right flank of the Meuse-Argonne offensive. So those battlefields actually overlap.
Zhukov, do you like him?
I do. My favorite version of Zhukov, though, is Jason Isaacs playing him in Death of Stalin. Have you seen that movie?
Death of Stalin, yeah. Death of Stalin's hilarious.
I love that movie.
It's so funny. I need to watch it again. It's been a while, but just
his big
how quirky it is.
Introduction scene where he pulls off his coat and the medals are like they do slow motion, and those aren't actually even nearly as many medals as he really had.
They had one competent guy. It was good. Baldur's Gate love here. So one of the best new games. Chris, you should totally play it. Baldur's Gate.
I have it. I have it on the computer and on my Xbox.
know the reviews are great on it.
My daughter, she raves about it. She's played through it like 3 times now. She's actually playing through it on her YouTube channel now. She's getting back into making YouTube videos.
That's awesome. This might be back to my my D&D game, but peasant equals dysentery. That was one of the things. You could definitely die just being sick. You just starve.
Yep.
Like in that game, if you're the peasant, you can only afford certain things. He's in.
Yeah, tutorial.
I hope you paid attention to that tutorial. Okay.
All right. So let me give you both the heads up before I start.
Okay.
You have to click ready or it'll cancel the game.
Okay.
So click ready.
It has no patience.
No, it doesn't.
It's not messing around. Here we go. Oh, and speaking of when I was saying Napoleon is overrated, my guy is Napoleon.
Napoleon.
There were only 2 avatars I could choose from. Okay.
Get ready.
Got it.
I feel so validated.
Jen, thank you for gifting memberships. Thank you so much.
Jennifer, nice.
By the way,
I guess I'm going first.
Okay, YouTube still doesn't allow you for people to pick who they go to. I hate that. Like who the gift memberships go to. Like Twitch does that, but it's random, and it'll randomly give them to people that aren't even like in the chat. I don't like that either. Like it should prioritize people that are in the chats. It'll just be like random.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, my turn.
It doesn't even have to be somebody who's in the chat. I didn't know that.
It sometimes it'll do that, but it's random. All right, okay, sorry, my turn. Do I go with Monroe Doctrine? Didn't work very well, so we're gonna do it again. By the way, Tiger Star, try to avoid Chris's countries. He's ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. Okay.
This will be very different. There's 6 of us and 3 humans. So
yeah, no one's going to get the monopoly right away.
So you're going for North America again, are you?
I guess. Nobody was there when I was like the last one. Feels wrong.
Watch out for the Tamil Kings, someone said.
Who are the Tamil Kings? I love Indian history. But no one ever wants
I've actually thought about doing a group trip to India as well, because I was looking for something I could do in the winter, and India would be a good one in the winter.
Yes. I know you probably want to spend your holidays with your kids, but I'm not coaching basketball this year. I'm taking a year break.
Oh yeah.
And that means, because usually I have to coach through the whole winter break. Now I can go on trips during the holiday break.
Well, now that I'm divorced, I only get them for half the Christmas break anyway. So
you gotta prioritize it. But I would love to.
But
I gotta see
what I'm saying is, for the other half, I could do a trip. But I think it's a little, for the group trip thing, I think it's a little too close now to be able to schedule something for this year.
Are you still doing Egypt?
Egypt is in March. It's been sold out for probably 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, that was one. I was like a little bit. If it was in my spring break, I could go. When you're a teacher, they don't give you like days off.
Yeah,
they just have the built-in ones. Wait, where's anything left?
Tiger Star's got Australia, for those who were asking.
It's the key to world domination.
It's a key to world domination. Yes. It's definitely one of the,
all the countries
one of
are
the strategies people like to use.
Yeah, I need to see the Taj Mahal in my life. There's a bunch of cool like Mughal forts and stuff that.
See, I'd like to go there, but the few people that I know that have been to India have not had a great experience with it. So.
Really, I think you need to go. I feel like, because I've heard that too. With people, you need an Indian. You need someone.
Yeah.
That knows exactly where you should go and where you should not go because of that. I took an Indian history class in college, and there was like a group of students that all went during that semester. And it was like, it was awesome. But then also there was a couple bad experiences with, but
now Rome, Italy in general, I absolutely loved Italy.
Yep.
Italy is one of my favorite countries I've been to. And in fact, I'm in line right now to go there 3 times next year.
Oh my gosh.
because I'm going in January with my sister.
Yeah, how do you keep doing this?
It's a great tax write-off.
Government spy. Have you been? Is that, could you write off pretty?
Oh yeah, because I'm filming for the channel, so all my expenses for that are tax deductible. And I spent so much on travel last year that it actually dropped me into a lower tax bracket, so it paid off.
Okay, so
it was a wash.
All right, I need to go full-time YouTube then.
There you go. I keep telling JD History Underground that he needs to do it too, because he's still teaching.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember when I was told, wait, you mean I can count myself as my own employee and deduct my health insurance? Wow.
Yep.
This changes everything.
Yeah, so I'm going in January with my sister. I'm going in April. I'm doing another group trip. I think that should be going on sale here in a couple of days. Because I went this past April. It was fantastic. We had a great time.
I wish, especially in the Rome, like city of Rome sites, they did a better job with like keeping up some of the stuff. Like you walk through the Forum, at least when I went, and you go by like Trajan's Column and the marketplace, and it was like full of garbage. And
it wasn't like that when I was there. It was pretty clean.
Okay. Yeah. I've only been once, and I was like, this is sad. Like,
yeah, that whole area was right by our hotel, and it was real nice. The only issue I had there, and there's nothing they can do about this, just like when you're by the Eiffel Tower in Paris, is that the sales space are like so human pushy, and they're everywhere.
Human feces or something.
Yeah, no, there was nothing like that when I was there.
Okay, good. So that's not the norm.
Really clean when I was there.
That's not the norm. Okay, good. I was like, you guys got to protect this stuff better.
In fact, really thinking about when I've been in Europe, I haven't seen much of that in any of the cities I've been. Actually, the city where I think of the most as being kind of trashy is New York City.
Yeah.
Manhattan. I mean, not lower Manhattan, but like Midtown.
Sure.
Brutal.
You just can go a few blocks out of the main part. And I mean, yeah.
And there are areas like in London, when I went to Whitechapel for a Jack the Ripper tour, it was that way there too.
I was told before I went to Paris that it would be like that. And I thought Paris was beautiful.
Paris, my least favorite city I've been to in Europe.
Really?
I love France. I hate Paris. Everywhere else in France I've been has been amazing.
All right, we got to fortify. In there. Loved actually my favorite place in Italy is Florence. I love Florence. Florence is fantastic.
Florence, yeah, I loved Florence. I was there when I went to Rome. Absolutely. I wish I had more time in Florence than I did. I was only there 2 days, and we got to go up into like Tuscany, and we went to a farm and ate outside. Beautiful. All like food, like the lasagna had been made there at that farm. The wine had been made there. It was amazing. But yeah, even my daughter liked Normandy way more than she liked Paris.
Okay. So
Paris smells weird. Yeah, it does. A lot of people, like, it's really crowded, and a lot of people don't wear deodorant. It's a horrible combination.
Stink. Did you go to the catacombs?
Yes, love catacombs.
Cool. Catacombs are cool.
I've been to the ones in Rome and the ones in Paris. The ones in Paris, of course, are very different. They're 200 years old. They were created in like the late 1700s, early 1800s. The ones in Rome are like 2,000 years old, but there's no bones down there anymore because they've removed them all.
But just seeing the bones, I forgot how many
million in Rome, because you see the notches where the bodies were, and they're much older, of course.
Rome's got how many million? How many million did they say is down there in Paris? Like,
oh, it's millions,
multiple. It's at least a couple, maybe we're up to 5. And when I went there, like I was like, just think about the logistics of what they had to do to get millions of bones. Just dig up every cemetery, go to every morgue, put that down there, just for them to have the revolution right after it.
Yeah, exactly. Right in the middle of all of it.
It's like, thanks, Louis. One of the last thing your family did.
And somebody mentioned Hamilton earlier. We did. Oh, Tiger Star's going hardcore, man.
Yeah, he's
He's spreading
Don't be
out.
fooled by his cute helmet. And
Remember what I said earlier about strategy?
yes,
He definitely is taking a very different strategy than I take. So some about Hamilton. So my daughter and I went to the Picpus Cemetery, which is outside of the like center of Paris, but that's where a lot of the guillotine victims are buried in mass grave, but also where Lafayette is buried.
okay.
And so we did Guns and Ships from Hamilton at Lafayette's grave. That's a song that he sings. So
Green, thanks again. Watch all the streams.
yes, switch back and forth.
Switch back and forth. Samuel, thanks for $5. I can't remember what this guy's referring to. It just says the one with the governor of New York, Randall. Thank you, Randall. The one with the governor. I don't remember. Sorry, some of these are about half hour old. I'm gonna
I'm not sure.
and catch up until it's my turn. How important is the grand scheme of U.S. history? Is the grand scheme of U.S. history is the Whiskey Rebellion? I don't know. I don't know how much it really changes the course of things. Not.
No, it is unique in that it's the one time you have a sitting president riding out at the head of an army to march on his own people.
Yes. Maybe it did set like a precedent
that kept it from happening more and more because that
there's
been a couple of rebellions.
We're not going to do this. Like we're not just. This isn't just going to be the land of we just rebel every time there's anything happening. Like any grievance. So thank you for that. By the way.
Hopefully I'll be able to do more trips in the future. The only trips I've been able to do are 2 trips to Canada and then 1 trip to Scotland.
Oh, Scotland's great. Love
Scotland was fantastic. I did so much walking and I lost 10 pounds over a week on that trip.
That's Europe in general will do that to you.
I love
That's
that.
why you see so many skinny people over there. The food's healthier and they walk a lot.
Scotland invented fried food. This wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to gain 10 pounds, not lose 10.
Gosh, I can't attack anything.
So the guys from the channel History Dose, they're either already in Mongolia or they're getting ready to go. And that's a group trip through the same company that I do my group.
Okay, so I love Mongol history. In my department, I'm like the Mongol guy.
Nice.
But the Mongols didn't build anything. So it's like you go there. I mean, you can go kind of where Karakoram was, like where the capital was. And I don't know what there's to do in like Ulaanbaatar, like in the capital, but I don't know.
I'm looking at doing a
ride some horses through the plains and invoke the spirit of Genghis. But
yeah, like Mongolia seems like it would be like a really fun camping trip type of vacation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like I'm gonna go feel like a Mongol.
So I might do one to Peru to go up to like Machu Picchu and stuff, but that one is a ton of hiking and camping in tents and stuff. So I'd have to be in better shape before I tackle that one. But I'm also looking at China probably in the near future for a group trip.
Thanks for reading up the channel membership. Get all the territories.
Territories. I like that.
No, I'm getting my butt kicked. Do you guys play Age of Empires?
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I've played a lot of it in the past.
That might be fun again. You still just need to play Age of Empires 2. They've gone up multiple. 2 is still the best one, so that is one I'm a little better at.
Didn't really play Age of Empires too much. I'm mainly excited for Civ 7 to come out.
We were talking about that earlier. About that would be something we'll have to play.
That would be fun to do.
Because I was a little disappointed by 6, honestly.
I think a lot of people still prefer 5.
Yeah.
I didn't like how it seemed a lot harder in Civ 6 to vertically build your cities, especially once they added the feature that like, oh, you want to build like a building, it has to take up a physical tile.
I still love my favorite. My favorite's still the console version of.
You just had a disaster, didn't you?
Wow.
Yeah,
I attacked 2 with 6 and I lost 5.
Brutal.
This
question I can tell you from a teacher perspective. So what's an event in history you wish you okay, never mind. I thought you said you said event you wish more people knew about. Okay, never mind. I did understand this. As a teacher, and actually even as an American, I think the 7 Years' War should be talked about more.
Yes. World War Zero.
It you have to. to understand, and I'm a world history guy, but there's like for American history, making that connection to the founding of our country, that connection needs to be made higher. And I make sure to hit that hard and teach it in my world history class, of course, because it's huge in world history. But yeah, just from my teacher perspective, my students need to know more about that. It's the First World War in so many ways. So, all right, red's done almost. Go end apartheid down there, down in the South.
Somebody asked what all countries I've been to. All right, so
yeah.
In Europe, Scotland, Wales, and England, which is all the UK, of course. Going to Ireland.
You like Wales?
I did. I only saw North Wales. I went to Wrexham.
Going to.
So I haven't seen a lot of Wales yet, but
my turn.
And I'm going to Ireland in November. So I'll add that one to it. And then France, Germany, Austria, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Belgium, Italy. I think that's all in Europe. And then over here, Canada, US, Mexico, Bahamas, Belize, Honduras, Costa Rica. And that's it.
That's amazing.
Did you hear they found a new huge Roman fort in Wales?
Yes.
Ooh, really?
Like near Pembrokeshire or something like that?
Just over in Europe doing some Roman sites.
What are they protecting in Wales? Like, who's going to cut? Are they going to get flanked by the Scots? Like,
they were dealing with Celts.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, because I guess
like
the previous consensus was that Wales was one of the more peaceful areas of Roman Britain, and now they're like, oh, this changes everything.
Dude, Welsh language is nuts. When I was watching, like Wrexham, I'm like, what are you like? What is that? Like, and then when you see the names of the towns, and it's like, wow. Like,
my ex-wife, her maiden name's Watkins, which is Welsh, and the Watkins family came from a town called Mynedicelewin, and it's all like Y's and N's and L's. Like there's no other vowel in the entire word than Y, and there's like 5 of them. Tiger Star trying to take Asia now.
Yep. My great uncle was Frederick Fisher. First Canadian recipient of the Victoria Cross. Wondering if you have heard his story. Unlikely as it may be. I do not know. With Canadian history there. That's thank you so much.
When was that? Was that World War I or before that?
Yeah, what
World War maybe? Probably World War I.
That's awesome. Reenactment's glory, thank you.
All right. I better not have any issues here with these rolls.
The real dynasty of Ohio is the Mount Union Purple Raiders.
Yes, it is. Division III football dominance. Mount Union's only about half hour from me. Oh, yes. Good rolls.
I watched your reaction of my video of like history mysteries, and you said you haven't been to the like Serpent Mound.
I haven't. That's down in southern Ohio, about 3.5 hours from me.
Is it?
But yeah, I definitely need to get there. That's down in Adams County, Ohio. It's down on the Kentucky border.
I would like to learn actually a lot more about like Cahokia and the mound builders. I feel like I'm doing a disservice to not look into some of that, where it's like
the Hopi and the Adena are the two that were in Ohio.
Yeah,
we learn a lot about Ohio history
before the current Native American groups that we talk about when first European settlers, but like way before that. And North America gets now the history. A lot of it's so difficult because the archaeology is incredibly difficult. But I think there's a lot more to learn out there about those groups.
Oh, 100%. Because I've been trying to map North America for the past few years, and I mean, the dates are spotty to begin with, but there's way more north of the Rio Grande than is typically taught in school.
Yeah.
The tough thing, of course, is that they didn't leave the same written records that a lot of European ancient cultures did.
Exactly.
Makes it harder.
Yeah. The thing that baffled me was one of the ones in Ohio, like the Fort Ancient Culture or whatever. Like it lasted all the way until the 18th century. Like usually the dates are given like, oh, it ended around 1750, which is really insane if you think about it.
The computer is imploding my America here.
Just I'll give you a heads up for future games. Never start in North America.
Okay. South America and Australia.
It's just too much territory to try and hold on to. That's why it's worth so much.
Is that why? Well, I'm gonna hold on to
Australia and South America are your best.
Yeah. Let's get we'll put one here and one here. Or 3-5 here. Hold on to that for a sec. And we'll go take Japan. I just hope there's not a tornado.
Divine wind.
Kamikaze.
Ernest, you're right. I do need an Iron Brigade hat.
All right. We're good. Okay. If you plan to do this again, may I recommend
Drakenfell, yeah.
Drakenfell. Oh, he's a UK naval historian on YouTube. He covers ships and battles from the age.
He does like in-depth
World War II. I don't know him.
Videos about.
Yeah, he does great stuff.
Okay, yeah, I don't know him.
It's really good stuff, but it's just I don't know enough about naval history to feel like I could do it justice.
Like,
that's why I
add anything. Do you take that into consideration with like channels and videos you cover? You know, like one of the earliest ones I would get is like Historia Civilis. So like you get Roman history, and it's like, yeah, I there's just so much depth where like I'm going to be the student, and I feel like, okay, am I just totally just leeching on them? And I can add some stuff, but like not much. Do you ever feel like that?
That's a big challenge for me is if I don't feel like I'm going to be able to offer anything of additional value, I shy away from it. But I also don't want to find myself going to the same topics over and over and over again.
True.
But I've also had a lot of people comment and tell me that some of my favorite videos, their favorite videos of mine, are the ones where I don't know a lot about the topic, and they're seeing me learn. So I end up just trying to find some way to connect it to the American Civil War usually.
Well, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it happening, because then I'll get like a lot of people like engagement in the comment section. If I don't know, I want to make sure to like ask questions as I'm watching it. Like, okay, what are they talking about right here? Like, let me know in the comments. And I feel like some people like that. It's like, hey, you can teach me something, you know. And so
we'll meet again. Don't know where. Don't know when.
Albrecht the poet. Interesting name.
All right, let me put on REM because it's the end of the world.
It's
Zach donated 10 in yours.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah,
even
VTH,
though you're an Astros fan. Zach's been a supporter of the channel for a long time.
Awesome. Go Blue. 3 in a row and national championships.
Yeah, you're gonna lose the one you already have.
Why?
They're gonna take it away because of all the scandals, I think.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Yep.
Michigan. I'm going to that game for the first time in my life. I've never been to an Ohio State game, and I'm going to the Ohio State Michigan game. In fact, the guy who set that up was in the chat earlier. I don't know if Kevin's still here, but he was with me when we went to Germany and Austria on our group trip last fall. And he lives in Michigan. He's a Michigan fan. And he messaged me and said, hey, you want to go to the game? I'll get the tickets. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be awesome. So we're going, 3 of us. Jonathan, who's from Cleveland, is going to go too.
Awesome. How many does Ohio State Stadium seat?
It's a little over 100,000. It's about the same size as Michigan's.
I know Michigan's is like that. It's just, sorry, it's my turn. All right, Greenland. You know what? Screw Greenland. I'm building my Japanese empire over here.
It's just going to be fun this year because you got the 12 teams in the playoffs now.
Yep. Well, my Utah Utes are going to the Big 12 now after dominating over the
and Utah had
years.
Urban Meyer used to coach there before and he's from Northeast Ohio. He's from Ashtabula.
That was my freshman year. I was there. Urban Meyer went undefeated with Alex Smith was a quarterback.
And then he went from Utah to Florida.
Did so well a couple years and then just bailed on us for Florida. So so you're welcome.
I've been consuming so much Australian media lately that when you said Utah Utes, I was imagining their mascot was an Australian truck.
It's a Western tribe, but yeah.
How about so who is the Australian? Oh, their swimmers are good. I'm thinking of the Norwegian guy that just broke the world record in the pole vault. I thought he was Australian.
I didn't see that.
Of the colors of his uniform, but yeah.
Pole vault's crazy, man. That's like the scariest looking Olympic event.
Yeah.
I want to watch the high schoolers.
Coach in high school was a pole vaulter at Kent State, and he still had the scar on his ankle to where he had a compound fracture of his foot from pole vaulting.
From that. So with our soccer practice, we're on the turf in the middle of the football field, and there's a track on the outside. So the track people, they practice, and our school, whatever, has had really good pole vaulters, some state champions, and I would just get nervous watching them practice. Like, But I do have a gruesome pole vault story. I'll tell you, our neighboring school, the pole vaulting coach, is right next to where you plant the pole, right? And a kid is going. He's going to practice. He runs. He plants the pole vault. The pole snaps, and the trajectory of it goes right into the coach's nuts, and literally exploded.
Jeez,
one of his testicles.
What?
It exploded.
Oh my gosh!
It fully destroyed it. I know you wanted to hear this story, but fully destroyed it. And that's part of his story. Nicest guy ever met. He's a great guy, and I thought that was the most random. And I think he passed out because, as you can imagine,
that was the least of his worries, was staying conscious.
You should have struck me down.
Oh, I guess I probably could have, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had enough army.
You had it in the bag.
Yeah, and you've got 5 cards. Yeah. I was distracted by the chat. Somebody said, so the one that said earlier about his uncle, Tyler, about his uncle being the first Canadian to receive the Victoria Cross. It was at St. Julien, Second Battle of Ypres. So that was where the first gas attack was on the Western Front. And the Canadians were the ones who saved the day. They were the ones who plugged the gap because when the Germans used gas for the very first time on the Western Front, it was April 22nd, 1915. It was the Canadians who were sent in at midnight to try and plug this 4-kilometer wide gap that had been put in the line. JD says, well, with that story, I think I'll see myself out.
Oh, poor guy. And he jokes about it all the time, and
wow, I guess you'd have
I only got one down there now, and 1, 2, 3.
Yep, I should have taken Tiger Star out and gotten his 5 cards.
I honestly think it's not going to make a difference, but I can at least cause some chaos while I can.
Yeah, if I had never tried pole vaulting before that, I certainly wouldn't have tried it after hearing that story.
Yep. Why did Dirty Birdie tour West Point in 1864? Is that a joke?
Who's Dirty Birdie?
That's what I was wondering. I was waiting for
the who that is.
1864. I mean, we're in the war.
We're not talking about Albert, the Prince Consort, are we?
Chris is like Sherman on the march to the sea in this game.
Yep, I'm Ohio.
Thank you, Grant.
I haven't marched on Atlanta yet, but I'm getting there.
John asked, have either of you been to the World War II Pacific Museum in Fredericksburg? If not, go see it. No, I have not.
No. I just
What
went
do
to
they
the
got?
World War II Museum in New Orleans for the first time, and that was amazing.
Okay.
They have a complete recreation of the Anne Frank house, of the annex where they hid their family and everything. It's pretty cool.
That's preserved pretty well. Like, can you get up in there? Like, can you get up there, like in the attic?
Well, no, it's a recreation of the room of the.
Oh, okay. I thought you went, there in Amsterdam. Don't they have that? I think they
no,
do.
in Amsterdam you can go up into it. Yeah,
you can get up in it.
It's you have to get your tickets well in advance though, because they sell out. Same thing with the catacombs in France.
Yep.
If you don't get them like a day or two in advance, at least you probably won't get in.
It's such a.
What you guys think of the last Lincolnites video? Since you're not reacting to it, personally, I liked the Witchfinder General's appearance.
What was that? Are you were going to say something?
Yeah,
sorry. Lose. I didn't want to like because the 20 troops you have in West Africa is such a deterrent. Because if I would have like touched it, it would have been over. But you have enough cards anyway; it doesn't even matter.
Okay. And by the way, make sure you're watching all of the streams.
What's that?
Streaming? So it was Chris. Loving the guys, your support. You guys support both channels here with the super chats. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, I haven't actually watched it yet. The last,
I saw the first part. I kind of forgot. I'll be honest. Like I was like, all right, I was gonna do it, and not reacting to it. I spend so much of my time watching videos I am going to actually, react to. But he does an amazing job.
Yes, he did. He did, and he was very gracious in his email to us, like asking us not to react to it, and I've got no problem with that.
Yep.
Who's the best Star Wars movie in the past 20 years? I'm not gonna lie.
Did you ask us what's the best?
No, I'm saying the finale of Checkmate Lincolnites is the best Star Wars movie in the past 20 years.
Wait, is there something to do with Star Wars at the end?
There's lightsabers. That's good enough.
That's how the Nazis, or not the Nazis, the Confederates were defeated. I mean,
the best Star Wars movie in the last ever. I think the best Star Wars movie period is Rogue One.
I would, of all the like offshoot ones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
By far for me, Rogue One is the best. So you're counting the original, series and everything. I've always loved Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi is really good.
That's my favorite.
I have problems with the sequel movies, but they're not the problems that most people have with the sequel movies, so it feels weird.
I thought the first of the remake one, or not the new one, the new trilogy was good. The other ones. So what are we talking? 7? 7?
Yeah, 7 was the best of the 3.
7 was the best. 9 was
just a remake of 4.
Yeah. My biggest gripe was spoilers, I guess, if anyone cares.
Yeah,
they bring someone back, and the problem with bringing them back is I really hate it when movies make other movies pointless.
Yeah,
sure.
Because it just felt like, okay,
like Deadpool,
all the original movies are for nothing because they brought this guy back. It didn't matter. But
you're like, just kidding. Yeah, I don't like that. I do feel like I'm gonna give oh my god, who directed the first and then the last one there?
Brian J. Abrams.
Oh yeah, Abrams did. Yeah, Johnson was the one in the middle.
I thought did a pretty good job trying to salvage what it was.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, because the 8 was not great and not very good, and I feel like, but all of a sudden, just like, hey, here's Palpatine for some reason. Like, he's back somehow. Shut up about why he's back. He's back. Okay, here you go.
And I've heard things about this where for some people it's more about the aesthetics in the universe and just turning your brain off and enjoying a good spectacle more than anything. And I understand that. And those seem to be the people that enjoy the sequel movies. But I kind of prefer a consistent story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And
I've heard
speaking
Andor
of
good.
universes that were brought back, Indiana Jones, which I always love Indiana Jones.
I liked
The
the
most
new one.
recent one totally redeemed the awful one before
Yeah.
it.
really,
I did like the new one.
The new one I really enjoyed.
How
really, I
Can we
I've heard a lot
spoil
of people
that?
didn't like it.
To me, I guess we could probably spoil it by now.
Can we
To
spoil?
me, after Raiders and Last Crusade, it's the third best one.
Yeah, I can do that. I still like Temple of Doom, but it
I
doesn't
like Temple
feel.
of Doom, but yeah,
Obviously, I like the historical elements of like what of those movies, the other ones. But yeah, it was cool. Okay, spoiler, but yes, how cool was it to just time travel back into Rome, right in the freaking battle of which one would that have
Syracuse?
been? Yeah, Syracuse. And yeah, I just think that was cool.
I wasn't a huge fan of who's the girl who was the main character. Didn't care for her character a lot.
Oh, in the newest one?
Yeah.
Well, did you like her in like the originals, like that kind of stuff? So I don't, or the other girl, yeah.
I haven't seen her in what's the Fleabag? Is that the name of the show she's in?
I don't know it, but
I've never seen it. No, we're not talking about. There's people are saying Daisy Ridley. No,
not
that's
the mom.
Star Wars. We're talking about Indiana Jones.
We're in Indiana.
Somebody said Indy's goddaughter was insufferable. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
Axis and Allies stream.
Ooh.
Never played it.
I have the board game. I've never played the computer version.
I have students that have talked about that like I have a student that's really into. He's like, no, I will only play.
White just invaded South America. Look at that.
Hey, I'm slowly building out of Asia here.
I have a video though that either of you should react to if you get the chance, since you like Indiana Jones. There's a YouTuber named Gabby Bell.
Okay.
And she did a video on the history of the Indiana Jones hat.
Ooh.
And specifically the people who have gone out of their way to try to recreate the hat. Because it was originally made with like a company and a process and a leather making tradition, or not leather, whatever the material is, tradition that doesn't exist anymore. It was actually really fascinating.
Oh, interesting.
Okay,
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is the name of the actress. People are saying, yeah. I thought they did in the new Indiana Jones a much better job with the de-aging CGI than what we've seen in some other movies.
Yeah.
It was more believable.
Yeah.
I Alexandered myself too early.
Stretched too thin. I got the Urals, man. The Ural Mountain, the Battle of Ural Mountain was really rough for me, but I won it, but I lost like half. All right. Let me catch up. I have to ask, is that your uniform, Chris? Or did you beat up a Tunche and take his recompense for being wrong about Gods and Jones?
No, that is a Union Lieutenant Colonel's coat that I bought in Gettysburg.
Awesome. And the Union didn't have shortages on outfits unlike the Confederacy, so I don't think he would have had to have done that.
No, I didn't have to take it off somebody else.
Is it really uncomfortable?
Surplus.
Oh gosh!
Yeah, you got to end your turn.
Yeah, my bad.
$50 if you oil up Terry.
Wait, I gotta. Oh wait, was that a? Oh, I think somebody donated $50.
No. Somebody said that $50 if you oil up Terry. And then somebody asked about Lizzie Borden. Yeah, you can actually spend the night in the Lizzie Borden murder house in Fall River, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And my daughter wants to do that.
Malik's, one of my regulars. But yes, think about how crazy July was, you guys. Like just in history.
Yeah.
This past July, we had that coup in Bolivia, which was whatever you want, if you want to call it, little flash in the pan there. Yeah, and yeah, whatever that was. And then Bangladeshi Revolution. I mean, that's kind of ongoing there with that. We had a presidential assassination attempt. We had a horribly backfired presidential debate that pulled a president late out there. Yeah, and we're only we're not even 2/3 of the way through the month there. So history, yeah, I mean, we still all of these things we still don't know the effects of yet.
Yeah. I think the debate will be talked about for a long time, though, because of the impact it had on the election.
I have said that I think that debate will go down in debate history. It'll be one of the biggest because when you think about impactful ones, we'll see what it is going to depend on what happens with the election here. But like, we could be talking about in the breadth of Lincoln Douglas or say maybe
Kennedy, Nixon.
Yeah, JFK, Nixon. I think that we talk about that a lot of being, a televised debate and the impact that's had on history. I think it could be in that next top, like in that top 3, depending on what happens here. So
yeah, obviously, if Trump ends up winning the race, it'll be less impactful than it would have been if Kamala Harris ends up winning.
Mm-hmm. So we got to hold our horses on that, but I think it has the potential to be a really important historically. Just like thinking teacher brain here.
Well, I, for one, am excited for the Soundgarden ticket 2024. Look in California, feel in Minnesota. Let's hope they don't get outshined.
I was very sad to see that Aerosmith had to retire from touring. They've been doing it forever. They've been a band for 50 years.
Yeah, how was that even? I didn't even know they were.
Yeah, they were doing it. They'd sold out a bunch of tour dates, and I guess his voice is shot.
Mad Koyama. So hey, since we're both streaming this, are these are chats like they combine them on StreamYard, huh?
Yeah, it does. It's combining.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
one.
That's kind of that's cool. I like that. That makes it really nice to keep everything together that way. I didn't know they had that feature. Anyway, this one says, big fan. While researching after the recent assassination attempt in June, one attempt that I don't hear or read about as often is the attempt on Truman.
Yeah, there was a White House police officer.
I do not know much about that one. What?
White House police officer was killed defending Truman. I think that happened over at the Blair House when he was staying there during the renovations. Okay. I want to say it was in like 48, maybe. But yeah, it was a pretty serious attempt. Somebody was killed in that attempt.
By the way, we were doing a samurai last stand in Japan for me.
Oh, yeah.
Shuriyama.
Oh, you're turning in cards. Good.
I do. I'm going to turn in some stuff, but I think that's the plan, though.
It's
like
Shiroyama.
We will Shiroyama. Yeah, we are not going to conform to you guys and your awful Western ways.
I don't think it's a last stand when you're doing a blitz offensive. I almost had enough to like eliminate you, but I just fell short. And it's like, well, that's it.
We have to
I want whoever's going to take Japan to do it and lose a lot. So that's the plan now.
Imperial force defied, facing 500 samurai.
That's like top 5 favorites.
Yeah, that's a great song.
I'm so over Sabaton. At first, they were the cool niche history metal band, but then everyone loved them for it. And now it's like, oh, great. Like, I even had my 80-year-old grandpa go, hey, have you heard of this cool metal band that talks about history called Sabaton?
That's awesome.
And like, I'm happy for my grandpa, but it's over. It's over.
Cool. Well, I don't know about you, Chris. I had never heard of them before I started my channel.
That Sabaton was one of my first reaction videos I ever did, and I'd never heard when I did that reaction to Bismarck. That was literally the first time I had ever heard Sabaton.
People were just like, "Dude, you got to check out this band," and
I was hooked the minute I watched that video.
Yeah, it was right, and then with that, it was probably right after that Great War. Was that what that they did? They did 2 World War albums. The first one called Great War.
War,
then War to End All Wars.
War to End All Wars.
I love that album, Great War. Oh my gosh, every song is banger. And then that was in that July, and I that within about the first month or 2 of hearing about them, they were in town, and I went to their show. And have you seen them live?
Twice, yeah.
Okay, so good, so good.
Yeah, actually, the first time, the tickets were actually given to me by their record label. So I got comp tickets.
Oh, Did you
Oh,
like meet him
nice.
or anything? Or
It was still during the pandemic,
moment.
so
Yeah.
didn't get to. They weren't doing meet and greets.
I
or else I
originally was
would
going to
have.
reach out and see if I could do like an interview, maybe, but I was like, I just started my channel. I was like, who am I? Like,
Yeah, they
but
actually
it would
reached
be fun
out
to
to
sit
me
down.
because a bunch of my early reactions were breakdowns of their songs, and their record label, Nuclear Blast, I think it's called, reached out
Yeah.
to me from Germany. They sent me a whole box of merch.
That's so cool.
And then they asked me to do, it was right before their song Live Guarded came out, which is about the Swedish Guard,
Sure.
the Swedish Lifeguard. And they asked me to do a video telling the history of the Swedish Lifeguard before the song came out.
Did you do it? You made the
Yeah,
video?
I did.
Oh, okay. God, they didn't contact me. I would have made a video. It would have been cool.
Yeah, which is surprising because maybe it's because I did so many of theirs in such a short time.
And
At
I
the
did
time,
not.
I was like 100,000 subscribers. So I wasn't nearly as big as you.
Oh, by the way, you're kicking my butt, and
We
you're.
should have made that
I
bet.
know we were making the bet. Yeah, we never made the bet, and I don't want to now. But congrats. Let's see, and
So we still have white. Oh, you're yeah, you really are making the last stand.
yeah,
Japan.
whoever wants to do this is I want them to pay the price.
Now, if we want to, work together to take down the axis of VTH, you could just take out silver and get the cards, and then cause a lot of damage.
You could.
Yeah,
You might
you
not
got a
be
lot
able
of
to-
troops. You might be able to take out at least silver.
As long as you don't lose it, like if you don't have any bad attacks, you might. But then you're also going to spread yourself so thin that I'm going to wipe you out.
Silver's got like 13 troops, and you've got 17, so it's possible.
You'd have to win pretty much every roll.
Oh my God! Sorry, I was supposed to intern. I don't know how you're beating it, but I am in, and a couple YouTubers have come talk to me now. I am in algorithm hell right now.
Most history channels are right now.
I don't know. You
Yeah.
like powered through it, but I was on the 10 questions with Mr. Beat on Sunday, and like while I was talking that, I immediately got from History Underground. He's like, "Oh, it's not just you."
No,
Like,
yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, nothing. Even when it's like the click-through rate is okay for subs, it is going."
You know what I've
nowhere.
noticed?
I don't know what's
they're
going on.
recommending new channels a lot more.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
getting a ton
absolutely.
of recommendations for channels
Yep.
with like 300 and 400 subscribers now.
Yeah, and I like that YouTube's
Yeah.
doing that. Like that's cool, and whatever. But yeah, it's like I am in. It's the lowest I've ever.
So
like, review
my
wise, it's the
my
lowest
new
I've ever had in
releases
my
are
life.
still doing well.
What
but
is?
my older videos are not getting nearly the views they normally do. So overall, my channel's pretty flat, but my new
Okay.
videos still do well when they come out. But I'm not
Yeah, you
getting
do.
like I've got a lot of videos that usually get like 100, 200, 300 views a day, and they're getting 50 or 60 a day now instead.
Tiger Star, are you having the same issue?
Yeah,
like?
yeah. Since like I want to say like the end of June, yeah, it's been lower click-throughs and lower views. But at least for my channel, it seems to be pretty cyclical. A few months doing bad, a few months doing good, just kind of on and off.
Mine has been rough. It's been kind of depressing, to be honest. Like, so I've tried to branch. I don't know if I was like, I don't know, do I branch out a little bit more? Obviously, like, and Chris knows this too, original stuff is very tough when you built yourself as a commentator.
Yeah, you almost have to start a different channel for it.
You do. So it's like, you go that route. That's hard to break into. And then, it's like, do I just go down the mainstream pipeline? It's like, I'm out of like Family Guy history videos to check out and that stuff that does well, but I'm like, I'm out of it. So, all right, do I go to the dark humor Family Guy route? Like, some weird, like, I'm like, I don't want to do that. But,
and what's funny is for you and I, since we have such similar channels, how often we'll both do the same video.
Yeah.
And one of us, it'll do great, and the other one, it doesn't do good at all.
And I could tell we both inform ourselves of that. We're like, oh, he's covered this. Okay, I'll do it. And then, yeah, it doesn't, like, you doing well on one has no effect on if I do it. It has no effect. And I don't know, which I think is too bad, because I feel like people would like it if it was recommended. If you had one and then I did the same one, you'd think somebody would, like, people would like that. I don't think it's being pushed or whatever. But anyway, I don't know if chatters want to hear about us whining about the awesome stuff that we all get to do. Anyway, all right. I have not done super chats for a while. I'm gonna act as the MC here. So, wait, let me click next phase real quick.
Liberate the Americas. Do it.
Freedom.
I can't. Well, I got to go through freaking Kamchatka first. But look at that blog. Look at Chris's blog.
That would be
take it out now, or he'll take you out next turn. Those are your options.
So listen here, Mr. Terry. He's trying to make us both weak so he can win.
I get it. Divide and conquer. But
yeah.
I'm
not going to attack you.
Both
I'm not going to waste my army attacking that.
Yes, you are.
It
won't even
be Asia. I want to solidify.
I'm just going to watch the world burn here.
You have to have designs on the whole
Fuji
world.
Here.
That's the game.
But not yet. Not yet.
All I'm saying is that it's going to take you out.
Wayne, thank you so much out of Australia.
Nice.
Thank you so much. I've watched VTH and Mr. Content for years, and I really love it. I love how respectful the community is, even with different social, political, and religious backgrounds. Yeah, I've kind of said this before. I think that over the history community is absolutely fantastic. There is no rifts that I've noticed, at least, and I feel like with Chris and I, we have our feet in kind of everybody's communities just because we cover so much that I don't feel, that there's any. Everyone wants to help each other. Everyone wants to work with each other. No one's stepping on each other's toes. And I know that there's a lot of toxicity in so many YouTube communities, especially the one. I mean, so many of them, it's rage baiting, and it's the political, the people that just do like politics. That's getting really bad right now too. Like the people that cover that, they're all forming alliances and like.
Yeah, and I haven't. Stuff. It is my turn.
But thank you, Wayne. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, and I've started to dabble a little bit into talking about some of that stuff because it always does really well when I do. But obviously, I always have a lot of fear about that because I know how toxic that can be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What's the move?
Well, Tiger Star did the right thing by marching through and making sure I didn't get those reinforcements from the continents. That's exactly what I would have done in his situation.
All right, John has ranked his Italian cities: Venice, Florence, Cassino, Rome, Pompeii. See,
so
when I was in Italy, I did not have time to go to Venice. I did not have time to go to Venice. So
yeah, I haven't been to Venice yet either. But I was with John and the other four, and
Florence was my one.
Oh, I'd have to go Pompeii first.
I spent a few days in Genoa. Did you?
I haven't been to Genoa. Florence, Cassino, Rome, and Pompeii.
It's not touristy. It's a port city. I went there because when I went to Italy, I was joining my brother who was already doing a study abroad, and his was in Genoa, so I spent a few days there. Like, wouldn't have gone there otherwise. I mean, you can go to the place that the Genoese totally made up as Christopher Columbus's house. Totally. Oh, it just happens to be there in the middle of all these modern buildings and it's untouched. Yeah, right. Bullcrap. But other than that, I mean, it's just a port city and there's actually quite a bit of theft and stuff. So, but I mean, it's still cool. It's Italy. It's still cooler than most places. But yeah. All right. I'm just building up Japan.
No,
just die.
You fool! You've doomed us all.
What he means is you've doomed him.
Yeah, that's included in all. It's both of us.
Sean, yes.
Have you heard of the Cambrian Chronicles?
Yeah, I just subscribed to them. I'm going to probably do some of their stuff soon.
The Cat Laws video was great.
Thank you, Sean. Quattro, he donated a membership.
Thank you, Quattro.
On your channel. Very nice.
Oh yeah,
I think you
Sacramento
answered this
Kings.
one. Yeah, you answered this one. Thanks, Como,
Yep.
for countries you've been to. I wish more people knew about the Mexican Revolution. Mexico City changed hands 9 times.
Yeah, and that war brought us John Pershing.
Yeah,
Americans.
A top 5 most badass photo of all time of Pancho Villa and Zapata just sitting in the Mexican Congress like a boss.
We never did get him.
The year before last, the College Board decided that the AP, the final for the essay, the DBQ, the biggest portion of the test for essays, was Mexican Revolution.
Yeah, a lot of Americans don't know about the Mexican punitive expedition.
Yeah.
Somebody said that brought us Patton too. Patton led the first American motorized attack in history.
That's right.
Which
Jeep,
was him riding on a
machine gun on a machine gun on a Jeep, right?
Yep.
And like, holy cow, we got almost tanks.
See, Tiger Star's doing exactly what he has to do in this scenario when you're facing a stronger opponent. Just harass, keep him from keeping his continents. This is exactly what you do.
I don't know, I'm afraid he's delaying the inevitable too. I don't know. It's just,
it would help if someone opened up a second front in Japan.
You mean
now he sounds like Stalin. Open up a second front.
Well, look, if you look at the map here, I mean,
hey, I didn't see. I was going to do a sneak attack, and now I was thinking about doing a sneak attack, but now you're blowing my.
You could march down and take Australia and hold that for yourself and start building up some armies.
The thing is, though, I was afraid I would be counterattacked by you, so
not by me.
I would be vulnerable if I leave Tokyo.
If you do that and march down there and solidify yourself there, then I'll just take him out, and then
I just want somebody to offer me a deal.
You're taking us both out. Like, that's the point.
I'm Italy in World War I. I'm waiting for an offer. Who can really provide me the most?
I mean, look, if you want to take North America, you can have it.
So you want all that juicy land around the Adriatic Sea is what you're saying, Mr. Terry.
Mm-hmm. I would like that. I'll take Croatia from you.
Look, don't let Nice fool you. Just because it looks like nice doesn't mean it's worth it. I could get you some sand in Libya. Isn't that more appealing, Italy?
I can help with this teaching question. So, going to start as a substitute teacher in the fall. Oh wait, let me play my hand first, real quick. Let me drop this.
Attack Kamchatka.
I'm hearing some orders, but not any like assurances here.
I mean, you'd get rid of the biggest threat next to your borders.
Take this. Oh! You know what's looking pretty tasty here is where do I go? East or west? I'm looking at it right now.
The classic dilemma.
Screen, I got arrows going both ways here. You know,
I mean, if you go west, you could counter his troops in the Middle East and South Europe with a big force.
Chat, I'm going to let you decide. East or west? I'll give you like 10 seconds if you can get this message in time because it's going to go quick.
What will be
East or west? Yeah. Alaska or Russia? VTH is more of a threat. East, west, fortify. We're out of the fortify.
Most people are saying east.
Oh,
no, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Most are saying east.
I set it to 5-minute timer.
West. I see east. I see it all over the place.
There's a few west. It's mostly east.
America.
I don't like that Alaska is missing that whole part that goes out to the Aleutian Islands.
Oh, I've made a whole video of my problems with the risk map and how it should be improved. It's the 21st century. You can print an accurate looking map on a piece of cardboard. Come on. Go ahead. Go through me. Get rid of them in North America.
I got to pull the plug here. You guys didn't think about the Japanese. You were falling asleep on the Japanese here. All right. Oh, there was a teacher. Okay, so you're gonna start substitute teaching in the fall. Any advice? So it's gonna be dependent on if you actually want a teaching career or not. Because first off, substitute teaching is nothing like actual teaching. The kids, I mean, we all know how poorly we treated our subs, in school. We were all pains in the butt to the sub who was just, trying to do their job there. So
there were a couple of cool ones.
Yeah, some cool ones, but like if you're going in and you're thinking like I'm gonna be the teacher and they're gonna like do what I tell them and all of that. Now, one thing I hope is what's something that's interesting about being a sub is you are gonna find out within the first 5 minutes what kind of teacher that was. Like if it's a class, if it's a teacher that was good, like the kids are gonna like know what they're supposed to be doing. They're gonna know like what is the routines and like even something like are they sitting in their seats they're supposed to. So it's fun. You can make a lot of judgments with that. But you know what? You're gonna be a sub. Do what the teacher do what they say. Please, from a teacher perspective, please do what's on the lesson plan. It's the worst when I come back and the teacher did nothing. Don't be the sub that like couldn't figure out the DVD player.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
Oh, wow. Boom.
I already did.
We held. Grand Columbia is held.
We also coach high school football. That's awesome. Try to sub at the school you're at, if you're coaching at. Tell the office of the school you're at that you want to be on their preferred sub list.
Oh, interesting.
Do that because what will happen, usually most systems will do that when a sub job goes out. At first, we'll go through a preferred sub list, and it's really nice to be able to sub consistently at the same place. You get to know the kids; they'll actually respect you a little more if they've seen you before. And so, anyway, and hopefully, you get to know the football kids. So, anyway,
nice. So, somebody said they were surprised that when we talked about Alaska, I didn't mention my brother in Alaska. I do have a brother in Alaska. He lives actually right in between Anchorage and Wasilla, which is where Sarah Palin was the mayor.
Where she could see
Russia. And I've been to the part of Alaska that you could say that. Well, not really. I was in Bethel. It's not right next to Russia, but it's on that side of Alaska.
All right.
Ooh, somebody said Grand Columbia will fall apart in 10 years, though. Not as long as Simon Bolivar is alive.
Yeah, because he'll die in 10 years. Have either of you on a stream tried to do the quiz where you try to guess all of America's counties?
Oh, no, but that would be fun.
Oh, I can't.
It's really fun. The most there's like 3,200 counties, and the most I've gotten is like 1,600.
Well,
I could probably get all the ones in Ohio and Pennsylvania. That'd be about
it. They actually expect you to know them.
But
I know my states, but
like Texas has got like a couple hundred of them, don't they?
Oh yeah, like the thing is, there are a lot of like common county names, but then you forget how many normal names there are to name a county after someone.
Yeah, Mercer, Greene, Hamilton, Washington.
Those stupid states that just made their counties based off of just like plot size instead of like geographic borders. I hate that.
Well, I grew up in Trumbull County, which is the only perfectly square county in Ohio.
That's what I mean. Yeah. In Utah, Brigham Young, who set him up, did them on watersheds. That's how he decided on them. So like every watershed was a county. It kind of made sense. There was less like debate over like water rights and stuff. So pretty much all the water that you get comes from your county.
I posted the link to the county quiz in the private chat if you want to try it. It's really fun.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'm going to copy that.
Content.
I treat it as my Sudoku. Just keep doing it.
I like that.
Keep my memory sharp.
Yeah, it's perfect for you, especially with how your thing with maps. Yeah, That's cool.
Little maps. I was a geography minor. Maps and globes. I love them.
They're great.
Okay, do you have a map shower curtain?
Not a shower curtain, although funnily enough, my Redbubble does have map shower curtains. I don't think anyone's ever bought any because they're like expensive, but I saw the options for merch like, oh, you could do it in shower curtains?
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah, this is if anyone's never, I'll use my they're like yelling at me to use my cards. For anyone, if you have the type of shower that uses a shower curtain, it's not a door. You know how you have like your outer shower curtain, which is like the design, then you got like the plastic one, right? Inside to keep the water in. For those inner ones, you can get maps. And literally, I just learned geography doing that. Now I have like shower doors, and I'm actually.
Oh my gosh! It
you
happened
just got wrecked
again.
again. Jeez.
I guess
You were
America
learning
doesn't like
geography.
Australians. I give you AC/DC and In Excess, and this is how you repay me. Give you some of the best music of the 80s that you guys ever listened to.
Okay, Alex, there was literally nothing nerdy about what we just talked about with maps in our showers, okay?
Perfectly normal conversation between adult men.
I learned so much geography just because you're in the shower, you're sitting there, right? So just take look over, and at eye level, I will never forget Svalbard at Norway. That was right at eye level, so I had a lot of
nice
eyes on there, and found out I think where the big vault is, right, for all the seeds for when Earth gets destroyed. You guys seen that?
Yeah,
I think that's
I haven't heard about that.
Norway owns it. It's basically like the ark of human
Yeah.
civilization, all the seeds and all that. So when we die, we can repopulate the Earth. Okay. Where else can I be? Where else can I be a nuisance here? Where can I be a nuisance here? Let's go. Oh wait,
You got cards.
I do have cards.
He turned in the cards.
I was going to.
I failed to invade South America. Perhaps you should, because it would destroy his bonus.
All right, let's.
I'm going to turn in cards on my next turn, just so you know. So whatever you do, I'm just going to undo.
Oh,
which is even more of a reason to attack him now.
But what if I attacked purple, Chris?
Well, you'd have to attack purple to get through me, so you can attack us both.
What I would do, Mr. Terry, is just attack one territory to get a card and then sit tight.
So that way he can eliminate you and take all your cards.
We do need Canada back. We need to protect the Inuit people from the oppression of the whatever empire.
Come see the violence inherent in the system. Help, I'm being repressed. So I like that Emperor Tiger Star is engaging in the same gameplay that I do. When I play the board game, 75% of my gameplay is what I talk other people into doing or not doing.
I didn't put
use them all as pawns in my game.
That was stupid. I thought Northwest Territories connected to Quebec or whatever that is, but
I am frankly insulted that you think I am treating everyone else as pawns. We are part of an alliance trying to defeat the world-conquering empire clad in black down there. Does that sound familiar, everyone?
Darkness is covering the continents here.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand, and they're crawling in search of blood and terrorizing our neighborhoods.
Exactly.
It's not very thrilling.
There had to be a Holy Grail reference sooner or later. Yeah, glad I could oblige.
White Whale, Holy Grail.
Dennis the Peasant that's my favorite scene in a movie full of favorite scenes.
Okay, the other day I'm not a huge like Monty Python person, but for the first time I saw Philosopher Soccer. Have you seen that one? The Philosophers? No. Oh my god, okay. It actually might be funny to react to for you. It's the German philosophers versus Greek philosophers, and it's a soccer match.
Oh, nice. Philosopher Soccer.
Yeah. And I don't know how much I want to say it, but like someone gets hurt. Karl Marx is like coming off on the bench, and like he comes off, and then but all they want to do is philosophize and like not play so much, so they just want to argue.
Nice.
Like, it's actually real. It's really.
Oh, it's a
funny.
Monty Python skit. Okay.
It's a Monty Python sketch. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Look it up. Like philosopher football or something.
That's awesome.
And it's like
All
3
right.
minutes, so it's fun. Check it out sometime.
Not really much I can do. Let's hope for a
My
miracle.
favorite of theirs, other than in their movies. Oh, there you go. Is the Dead Parrot sketch.
I don't know that one.
You haven't seen that one? They
No.
would do it in their live shows too. It's oh my gosh.
He has ceased to be. He is no more. He's
this is
if he
a
were
late-
nailed to his perch, he'd be posting up the daisies.
He is an ex-parrot.
Oh, I think we got someone shouting out Emperor Tiger Star in this one. Hey, the fellow Emperor here has made a video about rebutting a guy about sources in history videos. What was your guys' opinion as reactors on the subject about rebutting their sources? I mean, I don't know how much I have never said I'm a debunker or rebutting. Like, that's not my goal ever going to a video. If it's something very obvious and whatever, okay, great. But I also give a lot of people, content creators, the benefit of the doubt with a lot of things. Like, you know, I don't go into a video with some like list of counter sources that I can arm myself with. I actually feel like, because people have kind of, I don't know if people have pressed you on that, Chris, that like you should do more like that should be the goal of our channel,
is to like refute
like
people,
like be a debunking channel. And like,
nah,
I don't know, like that. Those are bad vibes. Like,
I mean,
I don't
90%
want that,
of the time.
I don't want that reputation. Is
No,
just being
I'm a huge fan of most of the channels
Exactly.
that I do reactions to, and
exactly.
if there's something that I know for sure is wrong, I'll call them out on it. But I'm not gonna like just go. Like, my goal is not to tear somebody apart when I am looking at their video ever.
Yeah.
My channel is kind of weird because, like, I guess it's not about debunking a specific person, but there are a lot of maps that you see like in your school textbooks or in your cheap world atlases that are wrong and overly simplified. Sure. So in a sense, I hope to quote unquote debunk how the world is presented on many of those maps and show a more accurate picture. But it's not really like targeted towards anyone.
Right.
How inaccurate are maps, do you feel like? Like ones that we really, I don't know.
It's really the perspective, isn't it, that messes a lot of them up?
Yeah, I get that. Like, like rendering of different, like whatever. But
like, there are some school textbooks that have some of the worst maps I've ever seen in terms of like they just look ugly. They're not drawn, like the coastlines look wrong, like stuff like that, and it's really bad.
Because there's difference between like, okay, Mercator map's going to mess this up, but then just like political boundaries and that kind of stuff.
Oh, map projections. I'm not even concerned by like map projections half the time. That's just your aesthetic. Which do you think looks better? But I'm more thinking because like with the North America video I'm working on, when you see like, for example, a map of the expansion of the United States, it's like, 1803, we buy the Louisiana Purchase and we just magically own the entire middle third of the country.
I was actually just talking about that the other day, about how just because this map says Spain controls all this and France controls all this and the US controls all this doesn't mean they're occupying that land. There's a lot of people who live there that don't recognize them as being in control of it.
I was going to say that there's way more disputed things on a map you look at than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm trying to show North America in that way because you can actually find, like government maps of all the individual treaties we've signed with indigenous groups of taking this little bit of land and that little bit of land and conquering this little bit and that little bit of land. And so I'm hoping to show like a more like accurate picture in that regard.
That's awesome. Question, Goverflox. What was the role of the Marines in the USCW?
Very little. I mean, it was mostly they were small parties on ships that could help in certain situations. I mean, they did more out west. They did some things like They
Strike
helped
me
take
down.
New Orleans.
Took
They helped
Galveston.
dig a trench outside of Vicksburg, but nothing significant, really.
Strike me down.
Thank you, Glover.
Use your anger.
Yes, let it flow through you.
So then I threw the whole Senate at him. The whole Senate.
Yeah.
What do you mean they blew up the Death Star? Who's they? What's an aluminum falcon?
Did I just hear they're making a new series that is in between episodes 3 and 4?
Oh, is that right?
I thought they were
don't know if
making
it's
an Old
movies or
Republic
if it's a TV series.
I do not like what's happening in Asia here right now. I don't like that 11-man army in Manchuria. We're gonna have to go all in there. Let's see.
Gotta at least try to get rid of his Australia.
Oh, I'm not getting down there.
That's the best you're gonna do unless you can take Mexico and get into South America.
I need someone to distract him. Talk about Wilson. Somebody start talking about Wilson.
Hey, look,
In
a
chat.
Michigander. Be angry at him.
Hey, Chris,
I don't
did you
think
know
I can
that?
get distracted into losing at this point.
Did you know that Woodrow Wilson was a huge Michigan fan, Michigan Wolverines fan?
It wouldn't surprise me a bit if it were true. I'm sure it's not, but he's probably a Rutgers fan, or no, Princeton, because that's where he was on staff.
Nerd. He's a nerd.
Princeton
I
was
like
a good
that he was a teacher
football
as
team
well.
back in the day.
You think he gives teachers a bad name?
He gives teachers a terrible name, especially history teachers.
Hey, Birth of a Nation was like writing history with lightning. Okay.
Yeah, in the sense that the lightning zapped the history book and disintegrated it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, even though I've been to 48 of the 50 states, interestingly, Utah is one of the 2 I haven't been to. And Michigan borders the state that I live in. I've only been to Michigan once in my life.
Well, it's understandable. You're up from Ohio.
It's not really.
It's like-
I shouldn't say only once, because I've flown through Detroit a number of times, but I've only been in Michigan other than in the Detroit airport once, and that was because I was speaking at a high school in Grand Rapids.
So,
it's
like
Missourians and Arkansas. We only hope to go there once.
I mean, if you want to come here, if it's for history, okay, you do Mormon history stuff.
Oh, I'm going to go to Salt Lake City to the Family History Library.
Okay, yeah, okay. So that I was going to say, yeah, come there. That's elite. Like, you can spend some time there. We do a pretty horrible job with the like Native American history, but if you just want to do outdoors, I mean,
I've heard
Utah,
it's beautiful.
Just the national parks are unbelievable that we have. They're just so cool. So yeah, come by. I give you the tour. I gave Matt the tour a couple months ago.
Oh, he was in Utah?
Mr. Beat. Yeah, he M Laser and Cynical Historian spoke at a conference.
Oh, nice.
The Utah Historical Society. They came and spoke, and I helped Matt film. He's doing a video on, it's like a compare and contrasting of Brigham Young, Joseph Smith, and I took him to places and navigated, and it was a lot of fun.
Interesting story about those 2. So I mentioned that I did youth ministry, and the last church where I was a youth pastor is here. It's in Austintown, which is where my kids go to school. It's real close to where I live. And the church that I was at is a church that goes back to the 1820s. And one of the founding elders of that church was a guy named Sidney Rigdon.
Yep.
Sidney Rigdon.
Kirtland.
So he
out of there.
Had a fallout with the people in Austintown over some issues and left the church, went up to Kirtland outside of Cleveland and connected with the Mormons.
Yep.
And then went west with them. And when Joseph Smith was murdered, Sidney Rigdon believed he was going to inherit and take over.
Yep.
And when it was given to Brigham Young,
And
and
Brigham, yep.
Sidney Rigdon's like, I'm out. And so then he went and formed an offshoot of the Mormons.
The Rigdonites.
Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints of Monongahela, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And they actually have a church in Austintown, which is where he's from.
It's so interesting how many people proclaimed after that to be like there was Strang. His name was Strang. He was a guy that like, and for the most part, it split up with Rigdon and Brigham Young on it was polygamy. It was like, okay, polygamist, go west. If you're not, stick around. So like
a lot of people don't know that well, of course, a lot of people today don't even remember Steve Young was the quarterback of the 49ers.
Yeah, he was so good.
Descendant of Brigham Young.
Yeah.
I think he's like his great-great-grandson.
Now he's the Genghis Khan of like Utah though. The West. So like everyone's related to him.
Speaking of Genghis Khan, have either of you seen the Pritzker Khanite memes?
No.
So J.D. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, is basically the new Jeb, it seems. And there's a bunch of memes of this idea that he's going to build like a Khanate on the Midwest by conquering all of his neighbors Mongol style. They even call it the Il Khanate.
Nice.
Oh, they would call that. Hey, this next game, don't put me in this one. I'm gonna like MC this and go through like the questions and stuff. You two go at it because you're kicking my butt right now.
I'm actually gonna have to.
Are you out?
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably don't have.
Are you guys out? Okay, cool.
It's getting pretty late over here.
That's fine. Do you want to blast through some things?
Yeah, we can do some more. Yeah, I can stick around for some more chat.
Okay.
I gotta head off now, but thanks for letting me join in.
All right. Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, let's just blast these out then, because I feel bad. I always feel bad if we don't get to questions, because we got some on both of our coming through both of our channels. All right, let me pick up where I left off. Okay, this another recommendation for a visitation. Need to visit the Talleyrand Railway in Wales.
Oh,
first preserved railroad in the world. 2 of the locomotives are over 150 years old and still running.
So when I was in the UK back in February, I went up to Manchester for a day and I was hanging out with the guys from the channel Decades. And the one guy, he's better known for his a gaming channel, Fishy, I think he's called. He has like a couple 100,000 subscribers on his gaming channel. But so they took me around for the day, and one of them works on one of the old steam locomotives there. So they took me to it in Manchester. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. All right, first president to have electricity and to have feared it. Now, does
that was go ahead.
Wait, are we talking about in the White House or just
the first Benjamin Harrison?
Okay, Harrison. Did he fear it?
He was so afraid of electricity he wouldn't touch the light switches.
Okay,
he'd leave the lights on.
I'll be honest. I think I would have been like that. It was scary. And thanks Edison for shocking the elephant to make us all scared of like Topsy the elephants.
Yeah, the big battle with
Tesla.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Westinghouse.
So with like AC, Tesla wants to kill your family, you know. So I love that stuff. Yeah, let's get some 07s in chat for Topsy the elephant who died as a result of that war. All right, VTH, you played EU4.
Yes,
that's another one that was intimidating.
It is my kind of game, but surprisingly, compared to other Paradox games, I never got into it as much.
So I think this would be
definitely my favorite Paradox game.
I think I would like this more than Hearts of Iron.
I think you probably would too. And it's
just
a little
the world history aspect, because doesn't it start basically like fall of Constantinople kind of thing, like 1450s.
Yeah, 1453.
I think that era I would love.
You can do a whole thing where you start with Crusader Kings in like the year 800. You play through that. You can import the map into EU4. You can import that game when it's over into Victoria. And then you can import Victoria into Hearts of Iron. You can play all the way like 1,000 years of history. It's great.
You ever tried it? Have you ever done that?
I've done it. Yeah, I didn't do it on the channel, but I've done it.
It's got to take forever. Tyler says, correction on Fred Fisher's free Canadian
from the Canadian Expeditionary Force.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Was Second Battle of Ypres.
Yeah, that was where the gas attack was. St. Julian.
Brutal. New member. Thank you, David. I think he joined your channel. Let's see. Malik, please play VTH drinking game. I said Northeast.
Oh yeah,
Northeast Ohio. Was that part of it?
Ohio was one of the things in the drinking game.
Is that
I
game
think I'm
literally?
lying here.
Well, is that game designed to like? There's no chance you're not going to get drunk.
Oh no, heck no. I mean, if you're drinking alcohol, even if it's just beer, you're going to get drunk if you are in the drinking game.
Have you both watched I, Claudius? No.
I've seen parts of it. I've heard good things, and I've watched little parts of it here and there. But
like Emperor Claudius?
Yeah, it focuses on that whole time period of the Julio-Claudian emperors.
Okay, that's cool. Working, you know where it's at? Like,
I think you can see it on YouTube.
The YouTube. Oh, okay. Mr. Cherry and everyone else, are you excited for Gladiator 2? I did hear that's coming out.
I thought the trailer looked good. I think it'll be good. It's going to be cool.
See,
who's the emperor? I mean, Denzel Washington plays one of the emperors because that's when you have the year of the
whatever emperors. Yeah,
is it 5 emperors in 1 year?
Yeah,
or something like that. It's crazy.
Just like, and one died, or none of them died of like natural causes. Or
whatever. So, I mean that.
Yeah,
that was a time period where Roman emperors didn't typically die of natural causes.
No. End of the Pax Romana. All right. I'm at 1860, and Dirty Birdie is Prince
Albert Edward.
Prince Albert. Yeah. Okay.
So that's the future Edward VII.
Thank you for that, by the way. Dope sauce. Patrick, Billy Joel would write a song about just 2024. That's true. Oh, by the way, I reacted to that Bard song after you did. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good. They've got some other good stuff.
That was clever. That was clever. I really enjoyed that one. Another one I think did pretty well for you. And for me, it was like, it was all right. I think it was just the same people, they watched it, but it was pretty fun. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Prince Albert. Yeah. Thank you. Patrick says Sabaton's the best band live is amazing, especially with the tank on stage. I love
have a ton of energy, and you can tell. I mean, if you've ever been to a concert where it just seems like people are going through the motions, Sabaton, they're having a blast up there, and you can tell.
And they seem super authentic with the crowd, and like they'll just gas you up saying, "Oh, you were the great crowd," but it was great. But so the one I went, they were the headliner, which was great.
Yeah, I haven't seen them headline yet.
So I feel, and I don't know, but I would feel like the headliner way is probably the best because they're probably gonna do the most decorations.
Right.
Did he have the tank? Would you?
They did, but it wasn't the one that they use when they're headlining, like in all the European videos.
Okay.
It was like less of a tank.
They did have that when I went, and then with the barbed wire and all that. Like it's, oh my god, it's so cool. Oh, and I'm so sad Tommy left the band.
Yeah. But they got one of the guys back that had been there before. So
yeah, and I mean, Tom. Oh my gosh, what a talented.
Have you seen his YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's great. And he was kind of, he getting a little overshadowed in the band because he's so insanely talented. I get it. Maybe he do his own thing, but anyway. VTH, you should check out Little Wars TV.
I'm subscribed to them.
Randy Wine's a good one. They did an awesome series on.
So they do like miniature war, like tabletop wargaming.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty interesting.
Jank just says thanks. Thank you. All right, here's one. A fun game. Thank you, Wayne. Fun game to play around the Mediterranean. Look out for is the Venetian winged lion carved into the walls and buildings all over the place. We call it Venice was air. Okay. Quattro is back. Would love to see a reaction video about the 201st Fighter Squadron, Mexican Expeditionary Force during World War II, where they saw action in the liberation of the Philippines. There's something that never gets talked about.
Yeah, I didn't know about that at all.
Not at all. I mean,
yeah, that would be worth talking about.
Yeah. It's crazy how many holes there are. Like you think about history and you just can just find something like that. Is this
Tanner,
all y'all?
probably my distant cousin.
Tanner, yeah, one of your buddies.
Related to me, so
I think these are mostly common. Okay, there's just a couple left.
Yeah, it went well. I won both games, so
yeah,
I'm not complaining.
Stud. I had no chance. All right. Okay, just Valentino says, here you go. Thank you. Who will win a fight, Washington or Lincoln? Well, Lincoln's the wrestler. Do you have to give it to him?
I think so, just because Lincoln was pretty much undefeated as a wrestler.
Yeah, Wrestling Hall of Fame.
He had one loss, and the guy may have cheated.
Washington was really gross. I don't know if it would like scare Lincoln. Like once he starts opening his mouth and showing all the crap in there. I mean, I don't know how close I want to get to Washington.
Yeah, I mean, in Washington, I believe Washington might have also been known as kind of a wrestler himself, but they were both tall. I mean, Washington was 6'2".
Yeah, huge for their day. Man.
So was Thomas Jefferson was pretty tall. I think Thomas Jefferson was 6'2" as well.
Greetings from Cedar City. That's in southern Utah. Terry forgot to mention Utah has a really good Shakespeare festival. Actually, they do. There's a big one. We always have all the acting, all our theater classes. They always head down for that. So, yeah, Cedar City's got a lot of interesting Mormon history. Not too far from there, you're going to get Mountain Meadows Massacre. Have you heard about the Mountain Meadows Massacre?
Oh, yeah.
You heard about that before? A big part of tumultuous time in Utah history there, called the Utah War. Yes. All right, and then just last couple here. How do you feel about Harris VP?
Talking about
is he good? Waltz.
I think it's a good pick. I don't think it's her best choice, but he's up there.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to be likable, which I think actually helps her a lot because she hasn't typically historically been known as very likable.
Yeah.
So I think he brings a lot of likability to the ticket. I think he's more down to earth. For a California liberal to put a Midwesterner that's kind of plain spoken on the ticket, I think helps her a lot.
Yeah. We were at the beginning of the stream talking about that, saying it was definitely it was a choice between like, okay, so like, ideological or more just maybe get the votes from Pennsylvania because it was like the Shapiro thing, and he's more moderate, I guess you would say, in a way. And so it kind of depended, I guess, on what the goal was. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. He said in the, when he was announced today, like he's really hoping he can debate JD Vance, and we'll see what that turns into if that happens. But I did say it was cool that he's a history teacher, so I mean we need more of that. All right, and then wait, all of a sudden, actually that one was earlier. Could you see do you have the menu that you can pull them up to? Are you able to click on those?
I can't pull them up because you're in charge of it, but I can see.
Yeah. Okay. I just have these two left. Okay. All right. So Tyler, thank you very much. It was cool to hear you talk about the Battle of St. Julian. The cross was awarded to Fisher for helping block that gap posthumously. Proud link to history for me. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Tyler.
So he was in the Royal Highlanders. Okay. I'm reading about Fisher now.
Okay.
That might be a good video to do next time I'm over there in April.
Cool. So what came in on my side? Alternate history of Rome in the 1200s, Clash of Eagles.
Interesting.
Alternate to Rome, 1200s. Well, yeah, okay. So I mean, 1200s. We got Mongols running about. I mean, we are calling Byzantine Rome. Okay. Absolutely just holding on by a thread at that time, whatever you want to say Rome was. Very good. All right, and then the last one here. All right, David, can't believe I've never seen Mr. Terry. Wait, what? I don't know what that means. I'm all around. I'm in every video that I'm in. Anyway, so glad for the stream that exposed me to his channel. Now I have tons of videos to catch up on. Oh, has he come from you? He just didn't know who I was.
Channel. He just probably hadn't seen you before. Yeah. David, a true Scotsman there. You got the Stuart name and he's got
the name and the flag. I just thought it would be so surprised. I mean, you're doing so well that I think for so long we had probably 99% of the same viewers or whatever, and that's cool. For some reason, if you have not heard of the other person here, you came for one of us. I think that's pretty remarkable that you haven't seen us come across. So anyway, we're gonna wrap things up right now, you guys. So thank you again for everyone hanging out. I thought this was super fun. We're definitely hoping to get some of the other people. I sorry if you came and you were from Fat Electricians community, or I never really publicly said Drew was going to be coming because he was a little bit more like he was actually on vacation. He didn't get.
We never knew for sure if Drew was coming or not.
And I told Chris in chats, these young kids, man, I can't get them to lock in on dates and times.
We had the same thing when I was with Mr. Beat and Cynical Historian and Casual Historian and a few others in Denver. Like we were advertising it that Drew was going to be there, and then like none of us knew for sure if Drew was coming or not.
So I do apologize with that. Fat Electrician would have been here. He had to be emergency fill in for a jujitsu instructing class.
Yeah, we'll do it again sometime and get some of those guys in here.
And we'll get Mr. Beat, and we'll also try to throw around, I don't know, some other games, but
yeah,
we'll see who play. Mr. B doesn't play. I'm sorry if you didn't come. Mr. B doesn't play video games at all. He just like, I don't know if the last thing he's played was Super Mario on the NES.
Really?
I have no idea. He's not a gamer. So, and actually, all this came back to Fat Electrician was the one back in the winter that said we need to play Risk. So,
oh yeah, that's right.
He was the one with the holiday stream. You guys were nice enough to come on. He was like, "Hey, let's play Risk," and we had Drew there and all that. And Drew's obviously a gamer, so we'll try to get some more stuff going through. And if you guys like it, I'm sure we'd all love to do that and get more collaboration. So. All right. Let's see. Anything plug-in? You got anything coming out? We should make sure while we're out here. What's going on?
No, I'm back to doing a lot more on my gaming channel. So that's kind of a regular thing again. I'm home for I don't travel again until September. So it's weird being home for an entire month with nowhere that I'm going. So it's nice.
You get to do that while I'll be less than a week. I will be back.
Oh yeah.
Back in my teacher training or the teacher.
That's all right. You're making a difference
before, but
you get to do that one-on-one thing with the small group of students.
I am part-time this year.
Oh, are you?
So I am going to be teaching every other day.
Nice.
My school was nice. So I'm taking a plunge here.
I think that's kind of what JD does. JD takes a lot of time off too.
Does he? It was very scary for me to do that for the financial reasons and the insurance reasons. So, but I'm hoping I can make up for it back on the other end of making fun stuff for you guys. So that's that. And then every other day, since I'm doing every day, that means like in the daytime. I don't know. Is that when you do your gaming streams? A lot of those.
I don't really. I mean, I haven't streamed on the gaming channel. I need to do some more of that. But mainly, I've been trying to record like 3 or 4 episodes at the beginning of the week, and then I just release one every day or two.
Sure. That's
cool. But
I was saying on all those
games I want to play.
On those off days, that's when we can maybe even game some more when I'm not teaching and I got the afternoon. So we can hit up because I know for this stream, a lot of our at least for me, our European friends were like, that's in the middle of the night. And I want you guys to hang out and do collaborations in the daytime. So
yeah, it's almost 11 p.m. for me now. So
okay. All right. Well, let's end this. Thank you. There were a couple. I could just show them for like a second. The last ones that came in. 5 bottles of maple syrup. That's the joke in my community when anyone from Canada donates.
Yeah.
They're just it's maple syrup. This is a common thing in my community. Is they donate to give treats to my dog.
Oh, that's who Frankie is. Okay.
Yeah, that's who Frankie is. So I will do that. Awesome stream, you guys. Big fan of you both. From Farmington. Okay, I know Farmington. Yep, that's just up. It's in a little bit of the north there. So, thank you. And I guess if you do want to see Frankie, here he is. He's. We'll put the camera down here. And he's kind of he has emotes and stuff. And he just heard his name. Okay, buddy, you ready? So this is a tradition in our community. Yeah. Come here. And we send him to the gulag. Well, first, actually, we have to punish him. Come here. Ready? Frankie. Bang. Good job. He plays dead and he gets sent to the gulag. So
people are commenting on you being a casual general from the waist down.
Yeah, I didn't want to. You didn't know that they were like Under Armour shorts. So anyways, all right. Okay, everybody. We'll call it a night. Everyone have a good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Channels, like the videos, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.